Hello everyone, my name is Jason and welcome to the channel. In today's tutorial, I'm going to guide you through a complete step-by-step process on how to build a professional hotel booking website using only free resources. I'm going to be using a free plugin called VikBooking in order to implement the hotel booking functionality into our website. And then for the design of the website as well, I'm going to be using a free page builder to build everything that you see. It's going to be drag and drop, so you don't need to have any coding or any programming experiences before we can build this website. And before we proceed, I want to talk to you guys about some of the core or some of the main features of this website. So on your hotel booking website that you build by the end of this video, clients can come to this main very important search bar on your site, and then they can choose check-in dates for your hotel. So they can choose maybe I can choose this check-in date, and I can choose this checkout date, and it's going to calculate all the nights for me. Let me choose maybe 17th here. Now, as you can see, it has calculated the nights. So I can adjust the rooms, adults and children. So here for adults, I can say maybe 3 adults and then maybe 2 children. Okay. I can click on search. Now it's going to search through your hotel and look for all the available rooms that your hotel has on your website. Okay. So now there are some features of this page that I want to talk to you guys about. As you can see, we have this progress bar over here. It's like a progress bar where after you are done selecting your dates, now it brings you to the room page to select your available rooms. Okay, so as you can see, it shows your information, your check-in dates, the nights, the adults and the children, and it shows you all the available rooms. And I'm going to show you how to create rooms like this for your hotel with the free VikBooking plugin. Okay, so as you can see, we have the main image of the room. Then you can click on this to actually scroll through the images. Then you can click on this to enlarge the image to come on your screen, and then it will bring the description here. Let me close this up. As you can see, we have a short description here. We have the number of people which the room can take. Okay, and then as you can see here, we have the pricing. Now over here we have this section which talks about the features of the rooms. As you can see here, it has Wi-Fi, it has TV, it has air conditioning, and as the prices of the rooms go up, you see that the features also go up as well, and the prices also go up based on how many nights you select. Okay, so I selected 8 nights. That's why you see that the price is so high. But if I selected dates and it calculated to be maybe like 3 nights, maybe 4 nights, the price will be lower. Okay, so let's say I go with the standard room, right? Let's say I click on select for the standard room. Now once I do that and I scroll down, as you can see, now it has added your check-in checkout date, and the progress bar has now moved to options. All right, so if I come here, I can click on this again, and it's going to bring the main image onto my screen. And as you can see, it has brought the main image onto my screen. So when I click on this, it's going to move through all the available images of the room. Okay, so as you can see, we have our description with our bullet points over here, and over here it talks about more amenities of the room like Wi-Fi, TV, air conditioning, and then even a bathroom. Now over on the price section, we have clients will have the option to choose between standard rates, non-refundable rates, advanced purchase rate, and any other pricing structure that is set up on your website. And payments can also be made securely and efficiently. So after they choose from any one of these, I'm also going to explain what all of these mean. You are just going to click on book now. Okay, and once to do that, all you have to do is enter their official details over here. They have the coupon code. They can click on it and click apply, and then they can click on confirm reservation. They can confirm their room reservation on your hotel website and submit the main document upon their arrival. All right, so now that's not only the the good part. The best part is that you're also going to build a very beautiful and professional website which is going to showcase all your hotel's amenities and features. Okay, and the best part is that we're going to be doing all of this using only free resources. All right, so before we proceed, I want to give you guys a tour of the website. Okay, I want to take you through what we'll be building today. All right, so let's get started. All right, so on the top section here, as you can see, we have a transparent header, and on the first section of the header, we have some social icons over here with a book now button with this nice hover effect. And we have this little subtle divider over here to divide both sections of the header. And as you can see here, we have our hotel logo. Okay, so if you don't have one of these, I'm going to teach you how to create one, or where I created one. If you don't have a logo, I'm going to show you how to outsource one or create one easily for your hotel website. And I also show you how to create one of these like 5 icons for your hotel websites as well. Now over here we have the page links, so the home, about, the book now, the contact, and all the other page links are on the menu here. Now over here we have our main heading for our main header section, and as you can see, it has this little it's not the same, it's not all the same color, it's a dual colored heading. And this section has a little beautiful animation happening below it, which I'll show you how to do. Here we have our description, and here we have a very important search bar which you should have on your hotel booking website, which will allow clients to search for room availability on your website. Okay, so now let's scroll down, and then over here, as you can see, we have the about us section. Okay, so over here we have a little heading at the top here with the main heading, a description, and then two icon boxes talking about the facilities, a button, and then this beautiful image here with this style. Now, if you guys are a little bit worried about the images, you just want the learning process and you don't quite know where to get free images to use, I'm going to leave all these images and I'll zip them up in a file, and I'm going to leave that to my website so that you can download them for free. And I'm also going to show you where I got these images as well, so that if you don't want to use my own, you can go and find your own for free. Okay, so let's scroll down, and then over here we have this hotel room section. Okay, so it's basically showing like a rooms list, just 3 of some of our main rooms. As you can see, we have the family room, the standard room, the superior room, and then it has all these, amenities, and then how many people the room can take. All right, with these beautiful images as well. So now let's scroll down. Okay, and then over here we have this section. So we have these 3 main boxes over here. They are icon boxes. One says hotel with a beautiful icon style, and all the 3 have their other designs. And it looks like they're kind of floating or resting on this main section behind. Okay, so we have a small heading, a main heading, a description, and a button. I'm also going to show you how to create this as well. Now let's scroll down. Over here we have a section talking about your hotel facilities, which is like very important for any hotel website. You have to show off your facilities to people. Okay, so over here, as you can see, we have the air conditioner, breakfast. You can customize this app to show the features that your own hotel website has. All right, now let's scroll down, and over here we have a counter section. All right, so if I was to refresh the page right now, you see that there'll be some animation. It's going to start counting from 0 before it gets to these numbers. All right, and over here we have different headings. Now let's move down. So over here we have this heading over here with this nice style, and then we have a description and 2 side-by-side images, one a restaurant, one a gym. Like I said, I'm going to give you all the images I use, and I'll show you why I got these images as well. All right, so at this section here we have the testimonial section with the main heading, and this testimonials over here with all of these images, and their headings, their ratings, and then their reviews. All right, so let's scroll down over here, and then over here we have this beautiful image with this book now button link. Then we have our footer. Our footer has our logo, a description, the accompanying links, and the links that relate to booking with this nice hover effect. Then we have a contact info over here. All right, so now let's go to the about page. What I can do is I can click on about from here. Okay, and it's going to take me to the about page. So same header style, except a shorter image with about us on it. And if I move down, or if I scroll down, we have this section here with a small heading, a main heading, a description, some kind of quotes over here. Then we have another counter, a button, and then this image over here. Now, as you can see, if I scroll down, this image that you see has some sort of effect. It's like it's scrolling, but the image is stagnant. Okay, like it's fixed. This is called a parallax effect, and I'll show you how to do this once we start building the website. And then we have this little text inside with this background, which is sort of floating over the parallax or the fixed background. Okay, now let's scroll down. Over here we have the why chooser section. It has this main heading which says our work value, a description. Then it has these icon boxes with these nice little colors, which is different from the main background color. All right, it really brings like design and effects to your website as well. Now let's scroll down to this section, and it talks about the team. So we have the CEO and all these other people with their social links. I'll give you these images for free and show you where to get some for yourself. Right, so now let's move down. As you can see, we have our footer. Right, so let's click on our contact page. So over here we have the same header style except with a different image and with some contact us links. And then here we have this section which talks about contact info. Basically, as you can see, we have the head office with this different style here, and the calling info. All right, then here we have our map and then our email over here. Now, if you want to learn how to build a professional contact form for your website, because on this kind of website you are going to need a contact form. You are going to want people to be able to reach your restaurant's customer service, your hotel's customer service, so that they can easily communicate with you guys. And to do that, you can't just have a contact form here. You need to link it with SMTP. so you can actually start to send and receive emails on your site. So I recommend that you go to my channel over here, and then you scroll down over on the video section. So just go to YouTube, search for Jason Kenya, come to my videos and scroll down. You're going to find this video here, and I'm going to teach. And in this video, I really recommend you watch it. I teach you how to create your own contact page with your contact form, and I go further to teach you how to link that with SMTP, which is a totally easy step. And I'm going to show you how to link it to SMTP so you can start sending and receiving mails on your site. It's a free and easy guide. It only takes 30 minutes, and I recommend that you guys watch this video. All right, now let's scroll down. As you can see, we have our footer. All right, so let's go to the gallery page. I want to go through these pages before I go to the actual booking pages. All right, so over here we have this image with gallery written on it. And one thing about hotel websites is that whenever clients want to come and book a room on your hotel, all they want to see is beautiful images of your hotel. Okay, as you can see, we have all these beautiful images over here. Okay, so I'm going to either provide these images for you guys or show you why I got them so that you can look for your own or use your own. All right, so over here we have the same section here, but you can see the color is a bit different from the background. I'm not too sure if you can see. I'll show you how to create this as well. Now let's scroll up and let me click on this book now. Okay, so once you click on this, it brings you to another page where you can select your check-in date, check-out date, rooms, adults, children, and then you can search. Okay, and then once you do that, it's going to take you to your list of available rooms. And I already showed this in the starting of the video. All right, so let's go to the rooms page. Okay, our rooms page is also going to show you about a list of rooms. Okay, as you can see, it says 4 items, 1 out of 2. If I click on this over here, it's going to move us to the last room. Okay, so depending on how many rooms you create, this value is going to change. All right, so this is the our rooms page, and as you can see, we have this beautiful banner with text and then a divider. And if you go to your booking detail, if you've booked any rooms, okay, it's going to pop up over here. If you've confirmed any room booking or any room reservation, it's going to pop up over here. But right now we haven't really booked anything. That's why you can see it's saying error, insufficient data. Like if we had, it will it will show over here. All right, so this is basically the website we are going to be building in today's video. All right, so before we start, please don't forget to leave a like on this video if it helps you out. If you have any comments, questions, or suggestions for me, just leave them in the comment section below, and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. I love hearing from you guys, and I love replying to your questions as well. Please don't forget to subscribe to the channel, because that will be a really great boost, and it really encourages me to make more of these videos. All right, so before I proceed, I want to actually tell you guys what you need to actually start building this website. All right. Okay, so the first thing which you are going to need in order to build this website is a computer and an internet connection, but I feel like those things are really obvious. So the next main thing which you need is a hosting server. So what's a hosting server? A hosting server is basically this server that is running 24/7 and stores all the files of your website. So from your images to your text to your buttons, everything on your site is being stored on your hosting server. Okay, and this server is running 24/7 so that anybody can view your website at any time and from anywhere in the world. Okay, so if you get a good hosting, you're going to get some advantages. Okay, the first thing is you're going to get high ranks on Google. Okay, hostings also perform some parts of SEO. They help you rank high on Google search engines such as Google on search engines such as Google and Bing. All right, now it's also going to protect your site from potential hackers, scammers, or fraudulent activities. And also, if you get a good hosting, your site is going to load up faster when people search for it or when people click on a link to come to your site. All right, it's not going to take a long, sluggish time to load up. So if you buy a cheap and a crappy hosting, you're basically going to get the opposite of everything I've just told you. So what are places you can buy a good hosting? You can get a good hosting from places like hostingjar.com or siteground.com, bluehost.com, or a2hosting.com. All of these guys, they offer great deals on professional hosting services for websites. And if you want a tutorial video on how to buy a hosting, just leave it in the comments below and I'll be sure to make one for you guys. All right, so the next thing which you need is going to be a domain name. So your domain name is basically whatever you need, .com or .org, or for example like google.com, okay, or amazon.com or jasonkenya.com. So I could buy a domain name, maybe I could make it savvy.org or .net or .com. Okay, so it's basically the name you want to give to it, .com or .net or .org or whatever suffix that you select. Okay, so now most hostings or most hosting service, when you buy them for the first time, they normally give you a free domain. All right, but if you also want to buy your own domain, you can go to this site domain.com or godaddy.com, and you can buy your domains from there. And some hosting services which sell hosting platforms also sell domains as well. All right, so then after you get all this, the last thing which you need is going to be a fresh WordPress installation. And when you have all of that, we can get started. Alright, so once you have WordPress freshly installed on your domain, your site should be looking a little something like this, okay? So it's going to look plain and blank. As you can see, it doesn't have any useful content for you. It just looks blank like this, alright? So I want to show you guys how to log into your site dashboard. So if you want to log into your site dashboard, actually get access to everything, and so you can start making some changes and actually building your website, just go to your address bar over here. Then whatever your website link is, just type in /wp hyphen admin. Okay, type in this and then just hit the enter key. Now it's going to take you to your page over here. So over here, you just type in your username that you used to set up the WordPress installation, and you type your password. So let me type in mine real quick. Let me add in my password as well. And then once you've entered everything, you will just click login. Okay, and it's going to take you to your dashboard, as you can see. So right now we are on the dashboard, and our dashboard looks quite messy. But before we clear it up, this is basically everything you can like. This is basically your whole dashboard or your whole WordPress, everything. So as you can see, you have your sidebar, you have this top bar, and then your dashboard. Okay, your dashboard is the most important and main section of your site. You basically see everything over here: the overview, your site's health status, your SEO status, your security status, and a lot of other things. All right, so our dashboard looks quite messy and confusing right now. So to clear it up, you can click on dismiss here. You can click this little arrow on all of these to close them up. Okay, you can click this little arrow, or you can click on screen options and then just uncheck all of these to take all of them away. As you can see, we have a clean dashboard. So let me take you through all of this real quick. If you click on the update section, any plugin or theme updates, and I'll explain what a plugin and a theme is later, or any WordPress updates that you have to update, they're all going to appear over here. Okay, so you don't have to go to the plugins and the theme section manually to search for the plugins or themes you need to update. They're just all going to appear over here, and you can choose the ones you want to update from here. Okay, so if I go to the post section, basically every post you have on your website mainly is going to be like a blog post. You would view all of them over here, and if you wanted to add a new post, you will click on add new post here. Okay, right now we don't really want to use this post, so I will select this post here. Now click trash. Okay, it's going to send it to the trash. We don't really want to use it. So you can also click on this to add a new post. You can click on this categories button to add categories for posts, and you can click on this tags button to add tags for posts as well. Now if you go to the media section, basically every file you upload to your site, images to documents to any file you upload on your site, you're going to find all of them on your media library over here. And if you want to add a new file, you will click add new media file. Then you can select files and you can add them to your media library over here. Now if I go to pages, all the pages that you see here, from the home page, the about page, contact gallery page, all the pages are created over here. Okay, so if you wanted to add a new page, you click on add new page over here or over here, and then you can view all your pages here. Comments: if anybody comments on a post or anything you are allowed to be commented on, you're going to see these comments over here. Okay, WordPress usually has a default comment over here, but because I put the post in the trash, you won't see it. So let me actually show you how it's like. I'll go to post, I'll click on trash, over here I'll click on restore. Okay, and then once I do that, if I go to comments again, you're going to see that we have a little dummy comment over here. So you can unapprove the comment, you can reply the comment, you can spam the comments, or you can trash the comments. Okay, so now I'll skip over the appearance and plugins for now, and I'll come and explain them a bit later. If you go to users, okay, as you can see, we have only one user here. Okay, but if you wanted to add new users, you will click on add new user over here. So I can go to profile over here and I can change some stuff. Normally I like my color scheme on modern because I feel like it's a bit nicer. Okay, but you can put yours on default or whatever you like. Let's just leave ours on default for now. Okay, so when you scroll down, you can change your username. Okay, I don't think usernames can be changed, but you can change your first name. So maybe I can type in my first name, Jason. I can type in my last name, Kenya, and then maybe I can type in my nickname. So maybe I can type in maybe WordPress King. Okay, it's just something like funny like that. All right, and you can display name publicly as and they will make some combinations for you. So I can just select Jason Kenya. All right, then you can change your email, and if you change your email over here, they are going to send a confirmation email to the new email address that you type in over here. Okay, here you can type in your own website link. So if you have one, you can type in here. You can type in your biographical info. Then you can also get a profile pic on Gravitar. All right, you can also set a new password if you want to change your old password. All right, tools are basically about the way you can import and export some stuff in some sites, or and some themes and theme file editor and plugin file editor. These are really like advanced, so I don't really want to go there. Okay, so here over here I will just click on update profile. Okay, click on update profile to see my changes. Now I'll click on settings and I'll go to general. Now over here I want to change my site title. So as you can see, we have our site title here. Okay, so as you can see here, it says Savvy Hotel. That's our site title. So I'll type in Savvy Hotel, my site title. For my tagline, if I click on this, or if I hover on it, as you can see, what appears by the tagline over here, the best accommodation, that becomes your tagline. Okay, so it should be something short. Okay, something short, not something too long. Maybe I can type in maybe the best hotel. Okay, the best hotel, something like this. Now over here, your site icon is basically this icon that I said I teach you how to create later. Okay, so once we get that icon, we'll upload it over here. Now let's scroll down. Over on the time zone section, you can select your active time zone based on where you are. So I will scroll up and I will select Accra because I'm in Ghana, in Accra. The time and date formats are okay. But I'll choose capitals, select work with capitals over here. Then here over here, the week starts on Sunday. Okay, now click on save changes. Now after that, let's go to permalinks. Okay, now let me open the post page in a new tab to try and show you something. The permalink structure here, click on post name. Okay, click on post name. Let's say this was on day and name and it wasn't on post name. Okay, if I was to let's say I was to preview this in a new tab, right? Let me actually update this. Hold on, let's update this first so that I can actually show you what the link structure is going to look like. Okay, so let me close this up. Here I'll click on publish so I can publish this post. Okay, you don't have to understand this for now, we'll cover it later. So I'll open this post in a new tab. Okay, now let me close this page. As you can see, if you check the permalink over here, it uses the day and then the name to structure it and not the name that we give the post. So we want to get rid of this dates over here and just use the hello world beside the link to structure permalink. So over here we'll select post name. So it's going to use the name that you give either the post or the page to structure the link. Okay, so here let me click on save changes. Once I do that, if I go here and I refresh, hold on, let me open the post again in a new tab. If I go here and I open the post in a new tab, as you can see, it has used the post name to actually structure the permalink. Okay, and this is what you want. Now the next thing we should do is we should add our theme. So your theme is basically like the it's basically structures what your website is going to look like. Okay, so your theme is mainly structuring like your header and your footer, but your site look is going to vary based on the theme you are using. The best way for me to explain this is to give a practical example. All right, so let me right click on visit site here and open the site in a new tab. So this is what our site is looking like right now. So if I was to activate maybe this theme, okay, so I'll click on activate here. Now I was to go back to my website and then I was to refresh, I'm going to see that the whole site look is going to change. Okay, as you can see, our site look are changed. This is what I mean by your website look is going to vary based on the theme you are using. But these days, themes don't really do much based on the actual building of the site. They just really control the header and the footer and maybe sidebars. Okay, the page builder does majority of the work. And in this video, I'm going to be using the free page builder to build this website. Right, so let's get rid of these themes for now. I'll click on this theme, I'll click on delete, and here I'll click on OK. Click on this theme here, click on delete, and I'll click on OK as well. All right, so now over here to add a new theme, just click on add new theme over here. Then over here on the search themes, look for this theme, Blocksy. Okay, Blocksy might be just the best free theme out there for building lightweight but very quality websites. Okay, absolutely love the Blocksy theme. I use it to build a lot of websites, even my own personal websites for myself and for clients. I use Blocksy to build this because it's a very good theme. So over here I'll click on install. Okay, it's going to install the Blocksy theme, and here I'll click on activate. So once it's done, you're going to see that they're going to ask us to install the Blocksy companion, and these are like the theme plugin companions, which when you install them and activate them, are going to give your theme like they're going to allow you to actually manipulate the theme a bit more. All right. So if I click on install Blosky companion, okay, it's going to install and activate it for me. As you can see, this is it over here. So now let's go to plugins. Okay, plugins are like these little features that will allow you to add extra functionalities to your website. Right. So this website here, I can't really do anything with this right now. If I wanted to build a site, I would need to install a page builder plugin, which will add in the functionality of me being able to build a site with a page builder. Another example is if I go to the contact page, I can't just build this contact form out of nowhere. I need to add in a contact form plugin like Form, which is going to allow me to build this contact form. So plugins add extra functionalities to your site, right? And right now, we don't need some of these plugins here, these two over here. So I'll click on this one and click on this one. Over on bulk actions, I'll click on delete and I'll click on apply. Okay, here I'll click on OK. It's going to delete these plugins from my site. Now let's actually get the plugins we'll be using in this video. Here, click on add new plugin. All right, and over here on the search plugin section, type in Elementor. Okay, so type in Elementor like this. This is the first plugin which are going to be downloading, and that's our page builder. I'm basically going to use it to build our site. As you can see, it has 10 million active installations, so it's free and it's very, very good. And I have a lot of YouTube video tutorials where I use Elementor to teach how to build all these kind of websites. Don't forget to check these videos out as well. Right, so I'm going to install Elementor, but I will not activate it yet. Okay, now scroll down, you should see this Elements Kit Elementor add-ons plugin. Click on install now for this plugin. Okay, and the last plugin you're going to get from here is this one, the Royal Elementor add-ons and templates. So click on install now, and it's going to add that plugin as well. Now the next plugin which I want us to get is the plugin which we'll be using to build our contact form, and that plugin is the Form plugin. All right, and I already recommended this video to you guys to watch. Okay, so I'll go back here and I'll click on install now, and I'm going to install this plugin as well. And after that, the next plugin which we should get is a caching plugin. Okay, I'll explain why we need this a little bit later. So right now, just search for Lightspeed. It's a cache plugin. All right, search for Lightspeed. You see Lightspeed cache over here. Click on install now. Okay, so now that Lightspeed cache is done installing, let's install a security plugin which is going to protect our sites from hackers, malwares, and all those kind of things. All right, so go over to a new tab and type in wp-server.com. Okay, search for this plugin, and this plugin is the security plugin we're going to be downloading to safeguard our sites from all those hackers, malwares, and the rest. All right, if I go to my YouTube channel over here, if you scroll down, I have a full tutorial on this plugin, the WP server, and I teach you how to use it to its full potential in order to protect your site from all these malicious activities. So don't forget to check out this video here. Now let's go back, and here click on the download button on the menu. All right, click on the download button, and then scroll down till you find this link here, download, just this link here. So click on it, and it's going to download the WP server onto your computer. Okay, so how my browser is set up is going to bring my file explorer over here, and I'll just click on save. Okay, now once I do that, I'll go over to add plugins, and then before I upload it, search for this plugin, VikBooking. All right, search for VikBooking. This is the free hotel plugin which we are going to use. All right, so click on install now, and then it's going to install the VikBooking plugin onto our website. All right, now here click on upload plugin, and then what I can do is I can click on this, and I can just drag the WP server here, and I can click on install now, and it's going to install the plugin onto my website. All right, so when it's done, we're not going to activate it right there and then. I want us to activate all of them at a go. So here I'll click on go to plugin installer. But there's one more thing which I forgot to show you guys. We installed Blosky as our new theme and we activated it, right? So if you go to our site again and then we refresh, you are going to see that our site look has now changed because of our new Blosky theme. All right. Now let's go back to the plugin installer, and you can do one thing. You can click on this to select all of these plugins. All right. Hold on. Let me refresh this page. We should have Lightspeed cache over here. Yes. So you can click on this to select all these plugins, and I will uncheck this. And on bulk actions here, you can click activate and apply, and it's going to activate all of these plugins at a go without you having to click on activate and activating all of them like one by one. Right now, as you can see, we have much more things on the sidebar here. So the first thing which I want us to do is that I actually want us to just close all of this. Okay, let's just close all of this. Now the next thing which we'll do is click on appearance and click on customize. Okay, we have to customize some few theme settings before we can actually start building our website. So click on customize and it's going to bring you to our customizer here. All right, then over here look for general. Okay, and here click on layout. Now the site width should be 1290. Okay, leave it like this. Go back to find buttons and then here click on design. We want to change our button design colors. All right, so if I go to my site over here, these are the colors which I use and I actually like them. I want to use them in the tutorial video, so I'm going to use my color picker, which I will leave in the description below so that you guys can download it as well. All right, so I'll click on this and I'll click on color picker for Chrome. It's basically a Chrome extension. All right, and here I'll click on pick. Hold on, click, and I'll click on pick. Right, now it's going to bring this precision select icon, this plus icon. So I'll click on this to get the blue color, and I'll click on this to copy the hexadecimal code. Then I'll go back to my customizer for the main background color. I will just paste in the color that we copied. All right, now for the hover color I want it to be this yellow color, so I'll do the same process. Click on the color picker, click on pick, and I'll use it to pick the yellow over here. Right, then I will close this up. I'll go to my customizer, the background color, the hover. I'll select everything, right click, and then hit the paste, and then as you can see we have two colors here. Now let's go back. There's go to colors. All right, go to colors. There are a few more things we have to do here. So we have to change these two main colors here. All right, and what you can do is that you can go over here and go back to the color picker, and the latest colors you've picked, they are going to be like over here. All right, so I'll just click on this and click on copy here. Okay, then I'll come back and I'll type in my hash, and then I'll just like paste the color in. All right, and then I'll do the same for the orange color as well. So sorry, the yellow color here. So I'll copy it and I'll click on this color. Then I'll just paste it in over here. All right, good. So now click on publish. Now that we have our colors, the last thing you want to select is you need to go to typography. Okay, then base font, system default. Just click on it and then type in Poppins. All right, Poppins. This is the font we are going to be using for our site. And over here, let's click on understand and continue. And then as you can see, the font has really changed. All right, so click on publish. These are the first few settings I want us to do. Now before we proceed, I want to go through the whole VikBooking plugin with you guys. But before we do that, I actually want us to create this first home section with our search bar here. Okay, it's very important. So let's do this first before I go through the plugin with you. We'll just create this top section and I'll go to the plugin with you guys. All right, so to create that, click on pages and then here click on add new page. And then once you do that, I'm going to take you to this place where you can type in your page title over here. So over here, I'll just type in home. Okay, type in home. Then on the template section, I'll click on Elementor full width. All right, now click on publish and I'll click on publish again. Then it's going to create this new page for us. Okay, so once it does that, you can view the page. So I will right click, open this in a new tab, and as you can see, this is what our page is looking like. Now before we start editing it with Elementor, I want us to do one thing. Let's click on this and let's go just click on this and it's going to take you to your dashboard again. All right, then over here click on settings and then click on reading. Okay, then over here, let's say I was to go to a new page, right? If I am to go to a new page and I search for our website link, okay, let's search for our website link. It's going to bring us to this page, our post page. We don't want it to do that. We want it to bring us to a single static page, which is our home page. So go to reading settings and then here select your home page displays a static page, and over here just click on home. All right, then click on save changes. All right, and once you do that, it's going to now change that for us. And over here click on this and then click on page all right, so this is the light speed plugin icon. And once you click on page all, it basically means that you see whenever you make changes to your site or whenever you add something to your site, it's always cached. Okay, it's always saved. So if you don't keep purging your caches or updating your caches all the time, it's going to use the old cache, and that's what you're going to see sometimes once you update your changes. So it's always good to purge your cache after you make some number of changes to your site. All right, now that I've done that, I'll go I'll close this up and I'll go and search for my website link again. All right, when I do that, it's going to take me to the home page. As you can see, this is the page. All right, good. So now let's come back to here and then click on edit with Elementor. Okay, so this is going to take us to the Elementor page builder, the free page builder, so you can start using it to build what you see over here. Alright, so as you can see, this is the Elementor page builder. It has loaded up here. So over here, just click on this X button to like skip, and then let's quickly close all these windows that we do not need. Okay, so I'll close up to here. Now there is something which we can do here. Just click on got it. Alright, now here click on this to go to site settings. Okay, then there are a few things which you can change over here. Okay, so you can go to global colors, then you can add in your own global colors over here. All right, so let's see the colors that we choose, right? So I'll click on here, I'll click on my color picker, and I'll just copy this color here. Okay, I'll copy this color, and I can literally paste it here. Okay, and I can go here and do the same thing. I can click on it, click on the yellow, copy it, and then paste it here. So this is one way. But because we sort of pasted these colors in the main theme settings, you don't necessarily have to do this. Okay, so let's actually leave here. Okay, discard the changes. You don't necessarily have to do this. All right, so now let's actually start building our site. To start building it, what you want to do is you want to drag in, you want to click on this plus button here. Okay, click on flexbox, and as you can see, I have many container styles to choose from. All right, so let's choose the vertical container. Okay, so basically every block you choose has 3 sections: layout, style, and advanced, or depending, it can be content, style, and advanced. Okay, so in the layout section, you can edit the layout. You can edit the width, the height, the the direction of the column. You can these are used for changing directions. This for horizontal, this for vertical. You can edit the gap between elements as well, and we'll go through all of that right now in a minute. Okay, so the width of this, make the width of like the whole container 1200. Okay, now for the height, I want us to drag it. Let's make it pretty long. Okay, let's make it pretty long, like 715. Okay, then once we've done that, let's click on style. Right, click on style. Then over here, as you can see, we have some style settings, so you can add a background. So as you can see here, it says background type. You have classic, gradient, video, and slideshow. So you can use all of these as backgrounds. If I click on classic, for example, I can make the color of this red, I can make the background black, and so on and so forth. Okay, but over here we want to use an image, so I'll click on this to clear it. Now click on choose image. Okay, so over here, this is where we need to start adding in images for our site. All right, so I do this for almost all the videos I do on my YouTube channel. So as you can see over here, I have this video which says create your free WordPress website in 2024, a step-by-step guide for beginners. Right now, I use some images in this video, and I provide these images for you guys through my website. Okay, so if you want to access them, you just click on this plus button. Okay, and then type in my website link, jasonkenya.com. Okay, and once you do that, it's going to take you over to my website here. So yeah, just click on the blog button, and by the time this video is out, you are going to see its blog post on my blog page over here. Okay, so you see its blog post over here. So just you also see a read more button over there as well. So just click on read more, then scroll down till you see a section which says download images used. Okay, it will be named hotel website images. So you just click on download, and it's going to download as a zip file onto your computer. So for example, if I click on download, as you can see, it's going to download as a zip file onto your computer. All right, so once you do that, just go to the location where you save the file. Okay, so for example, me, I would go to my document, WordPress stuff, and I would go to where I saved the file, which is here. Okay, so just right click on it. Okay, and then once you right click on it, click on extract here. Then it's going to extract all the images to a folder called hotel website. And as you can see, you're going to have all the images that I used over here. All right, so now what we can do is that we can go back to our site here, and then we can click on select files. All right, click on select files, and go to document, and go to where you extracted the images to. Right, then select all the images here apart from this custom css files one. Okay, so deselect it, but select everything using Ctrl A on your keyboard. Okay, then here click on open, and it's going to upload all of these images to my website. Okay, so these are basically all the images that I used. Okay, but then again, I want to show you how I got them. Okay, how I got these images. So yeah, I'll click on this plus button and then search for this link, search for leonardo.ai. Okay, search for leonardo.ai. Now leonardo.ai is a powerful AI tool which you can use to generate high quality images for your website. Like, I mean, very high quality, very stunning and professional images. Okay, so over here I'll click on get started, and if I go back to my my YouTube channel over here, this video over here, I really put my heart and soul into teaching all of you guys how to create your own WordPress website in 2024. So I also teach how to use Leonardo AI in this video to generate your own images. So you guys should please check this video out, right? But I'll also show you how to do it here. So I can click on image creation, all right? And the free version of Leonardo AI gives you about 150 credits per day, okay? So with 150 credits, each image you generate per day is 13 credits, okay? So every image you generate is 13 credits, and it's going to subtract it from your main credits over here. So over here, let's say I want an image that's something like this, all right? What would I do? I would go to my Leonardo AI, and I'll ask it to generate an image of let's say a luxurious hotel room. Okay, sorry, hotel room. Then I will click on generate. So as you can see, it's going to cost me 13 credits, and it's going to subtract the 13 credits from my 137 credits. That's for the free version, but when you upgrade, though, you are going to get more. So as you can see, it has been subtracted. Let's just give these images a few like minutes to generate. And as you can see, it has generated all of these stunning images of a hotel room for me. So I can click on one of them, and as you can see, this is it. I can click on this to move to all the others as well. Okay, and as you can see, this is all of them. If I wanted to download it, all I will do is I will click on this download image button, and it's going to download onto my computer. All I have to do is change the name, all right? And upon your next generation, you can adjust the size, okay, and you can adjust the number of images. But this is a pro feature, okay? So you can basically just adjust the ratio and then the size. All right, so now that that's done, or we are done over here, let's go back to Elementor page. As you can see, all the images are loaded up here. So I'll click on this image here, and I'll click on select. All right, and then it's going to bring the image to my background, or as my background. All right, so there are a few things we can do. Let's scroll down to find position, and then here click center. All right, so that it brings the images, or it focuses the images on the center. Then repeat, select no repeat, and display size, choose cover. All right, so that it covers the whole area. Now scroll down to find background overlay. If you go back to our site, as you can see, it's like the image is a bit dark, it's not all that bright. So to change that, on the background overlay section here, select classic and click on color, and you can drag this to the black section. All right, and just use this slider here to drag this around. Okay, either I want to make it dark, I can make it totally like way dark, or you can make it just like a bit like light. Okay, it's all like your choice. So I just want to leave mine at 0.53, something like this for now. Now click on add elements. The first element we have here is this heading. So to get that, search for heading. Okay, sorry, search for text rather. Search for text. Okay, search for text. Okay, let's search for heading. All right, instead type in advanced text. Okay, type in advanced text, this one, and then drag it in over here. Now on style, change the style to highlighted and change the shape to underline zigzag. All right, so now you would have an effect like this. Okay, so this says the perfect city destination. So I will just copy the perfect city over here. I'd copy this, so I click and copy, then I'll just paste it in the preface text. Okay, then this, I'll just type in what it says for the highlight text. It says destination like this. Okay, now that that's done, just everything here is fine. Just go to style, and then the preface text color, click on this and then drag this to white. Okay, then go to typography. On the transform section, make it uppercase, sorry, make it capitalized. Okay, now we want to increase the size and then decrease the weight. So to decrease the weight, here click on 600 to decrease the weight. You can make it more bold by increasing this up and down. Okay, but here I want to keep mine on 600. Yeah, it is good, 600. Now let's increase the size of this to about 45. Okay, let's see. Ours looks a little bit small. Let's increase. Oh wait, that's way too big. Let's make it like 52. Okay, Now that we have this here, it looks like there is, okay, it looks like everything is fine. So let's try and replicate it for the second one. So we'll go to advanced text, okay, then over here click on text color. Okay, as you can see we have theme color palette 2, so click on this to choose that color, and as you can see we've changed the color. Now go to typography and let's try and do the same thing. The size was 52, the weight was 600. Okay, but this one the size should be like quite a bit smaller. Okay, so we'll decrease that to, let's see, let's make it like 48. Okay, 48 is even too big. Let's make it like 47. All right, good. The preface text looks a bit big as well, so we'll decrease that to like 50 or 49. All right, now let's go over to the advanced text again. Then what we'll do is that we'll release the paddings. Okay, then we'll start increasing the bottom padding a bit. Okay, so that it sends this effect or animation down. Now on the marker, the color, select the theme color palette or the second one. Okay, then you can actually change this up. You can decrease the width if you like, or you can keep the width at how it was, and you can increase the height as well. Okay, you can increase the height if you like. You can increase the width, but I think the width you should leave it like just the way it is. Okay, now that you have this done, we should probably get a second block, but what I want us to do is I want us to let everything come to the center. Okay, so first things first, I can select this main container here, and I can go to advanced. Okay, now I can click on padding. Padding refers to the inner spacing of the container. So the top padding, I can make it 80. Okay, so make the top padding 80, and then go over to layout, and then scroll down to you find justify content, and here select center. Okay, so that's going to bring all of that to the center. Now click on this to add an element, then drag in the text editor below here. Okay, now go back, and I want to just copy this description that I have. Okay, so I will right click on this and I'll copy it. Then I'll go back here and I'll select everything. Now I'll right click here, and instead of pasting it as regular text, I'll click on paste as plain text. Okay, because sometimes when you paste it as normal text, it tends to copy the formatting. You don't really want that. All right, so go over to the style section. Okay, initially I told you that every block has layout, style in advance, or on some blocks content, style in advanced. Okay, so as you can see, this one we have content rather. So we have to center align this text. Okay, so center align the text, and then here on text color, drag this to white, make the color of this white. Okay, now let's the size of this should be 15. Okay, type in 15 over here. 15 is actually a bit small. Let's make it like 16. Okay, now click on advanced, and then over on the width section, scroll down or choose from this list, just choose custom. Okay, and then start dragging. Okay, start dragging until you reach like maybe 80, 85, until you reach like 85 or something. Okay, now on the alliance of, just click on center so that it comes to the center like this. All right, so it looks similar to what we have here. Now the next block which we want is this one. Okay, so how do we get that? Click on this to add an element. Okay, then use this to scroll all the way down, like all the way down till you find WordPress. Okay, so click on WordPress, then scroll down till you find VikBooking search form. Okay, now drag this below here. Now there are some few changes you want to make. There's a reason why I wanted us to do this first. All right, so on the date layout section, make this human readable. Okay, make it human readable, so it becomes like this. Then default adult, just like, I don't know, make this one. Okay, make this one. Now go over to advanced, and let's actually start styling this up a bit. Okay, so to do that, first things first, scroll down till you find a background. Okay, background, and click on this, and click on color, and then drag this to white. Okay, make the background color white. Now go to layout. Okay, and then release the paddings. So here we can start giving it some space within. All right, so first things first, give it a bottom padding of 30. Let's actually look at what we have here. 30 looks good. A top padding of 20. Okay, now let's give it left and right paddings of maybe 15. So right padding of 15. Okay, let's make it 20, and then left padding of 20 as well. Okay, then we'll have it like this. Now the last thing to do is just scroll down till you find our border. Okay, Then on border radius, give it a border radius of maybe about 4, or no, let's make it 5 rather. Now click on publish. And one thing you want to do is that you want to keep publishing your changes, okay, so that in case of any like situation, your changes will be there for you. You want to keep publishing, right? So now we have this block looking like this, okay. The space between these elements is a little bit too much, so to change that, just click on this and then select the main container once again. Then scroll down, I'm going to find gaps, okay. So release the gaps, and this is a row, okay. We want to increase the row gaps, so we can start increasing from here. We can make it like 10, okay, and 10 might be too small. We can make it like 15 or something, right? Then we'll click on publish, and once you publish it and you click preview changes, it's going to automatically do the changes over here, right? As you can see, we have our first block ready to go. Now that we've done this block, I now want to show you about the VikBooking plugin, because if we select all these dates over here and then we click on search, we're not going to find any rooms because there are no rooms available. So as you can see, it didn't go anywhere, right? So let's actually explore the plugin in the next section of the video. So I'll actually close all of this up and I'll right click and open this link in a new tab, okay. So over here, just scroll down till you find VikBooking and then click on it. And as you can see, it has brought you to the VikBooking like interface. All right, first I want to just like close this, okay, because we don't need that again. And as you can see, it has brought you to the VikBooking interface, okay. So I want you to do something here. Just over here, as you can see, it says alternatively you can install one sample data package. So click on select sample data. All right, let's install sample data here. Click on this and scroll down till you find hotel, okay. Choose hotel and then click on install sample data. We're not going to use this sample data, but I just wanted to import so that I can actually use it to show you like everything about the plugin, okay. So as you can see, here just click on save, okay. No, click on this, close this up, and then just click on save. All right, so as you can see, this is your main interface. This is basically like an analytics section or like a record section where you can search for booking through booking IDs or names. You can view your visitors, you can view your arriving customers, departing customers, check your availability of your rooms and everything. This is basically like your analytics center, okay, to view everything. Now we're not really going to do anything here for now, so let's scroll back up, and the first place I want to go to is rooms, okay. I want to go to rooms and I want to click on rooms list. All right, wait, no, click on categories rather. So if I go back to our main page here and I refresh, let me just click on continue. You're going to see that we're going to have some many pages over here, right? Many pages over here. So let's say I now select any dates here and I click on search. When I search, it's going to take me. All right, wait, hold on. We haven't actually added some proper rooms yet, so relax. Wait, oh, there's something I forgot to do. Select this, okay, and then go to content, and then on the page here, select your booking detail. Okay, now that we've done that, select your booking detail and then click on publish. All right, so this should be your booking detail. Now that we go back, you can click on, let me just try and click on any of them and I'll click on search. Right, once I do that, it brings us over here so that I can choose from these rooms that we just imported. Right, but I'm not going to use these rooms. I want to show you how to create a room on your own, okay. So now let's go over here and let's actually create some categories, okay. So over here we have these categories. Over here we have hotel rooms, which is mainly what you want to stick with, hotel rooms, because it's a hotel, right? Or maybe if you have some suites in your hotel, you have some rentals, you have some studios or something, any other kind of categories that you have to offer, you can also add them. So yeah, I can click on let's say I don't want this category, right? So I can click on it, I can click on delete categories. All right, so let's say I can click on new category, and then for the category name I can add in maybe vacation rentals, or okay, maybe vacation rentals, something like this. All right, and I can type in a short description for it. If you have one, you can type in a description. If you're having trouble coming up with descriptions for your rooms or anything, you can just go over to ChatGPT and ask it to generate one for you, and it will do it gladly. All right, so once you're done with this, the save button is up here, okay. So just click on save, and then you're going to, that would have meant that you've created a new vacation rent. Let's actually add a description for it, okay. So I'll click on this to edit the category, and I'll type in maybe these are rooms in our vacation rentals department. Okay, something like this. Then I'll just scroll up and click on save again, right? So now that that's done, let's actually add in a room of our own. Okay, so here I can actually click on rooms list. Okay, and I don't actually want to use any of these rooms here. I don't want to use any of these rooms, so I'll select all of them, and I'll click on delete room, and I'll click on OK. I don't want to use the rooms over here, right? So I'll click on new room. Now let's actually start, creating our own rooms. So one thing I want to do is I want to click on this and then choose any like dates and then click on search. Okay, so because I want to replicate the rooms that are on the sites we are trying to copy from. All right. So over here, let's start with the standard room here. So yeah, I'll click on select so that I can actually get a total view of it. Now over here, I'll go to my VikBooking section, and on the room name, I can type in standard room. And here you can choose it to make it available or not with this toggle. So the room units, how many of the standard rooms do you have? So let's say we have 5. Okay. Now let's go to adults. The minimum adults you want should be 1, and the maximum adults can be, whatever number of maximum adults can fit into that room. So I can type in maybe 5. Okay. The minimum children, we should leave that on 0. Maybe the maximum can be 3, all right? Because like that will make more sense because people can be coming without children, all right? So the total people will be calculated through this, or you can type it in manually, and then the minimum people is 1. Okay. Then you can go to room category. Okay, over here, as you can see, we have the vacation rentals room category over here. So yeah, I'll just choose hotel rooms. Okay. Now room characteristics. If I go back to the site here, as you can see, it has Wi-Fi, TV, air conditioning, and bathroom. So I would go back. I'll select Wi-Fi, TV, air conditioning, and then bathroom. Right. But I'll show you how to create more of these characteristics for your restaurant. So book multiple units. Just make this disabled. We don't want them to book like this room over and over. I just want them to book it like once. Okay. So here we'll click show how many units are still available. When less than, you can make this 1, you can make this 2, you can change all of that. Okay. Now over here, you can leave this. Now scroll up. Now if I go back to our site here, they are basically asking for the images here. Okay, let's actually cover the images first. So this is a little bit confusing. If I go back here, let me actually refresh and then go back so that I can actually explain what I'm trying to talk about. So over on the booking detail, now here the image that you choose here as your main room image, it's not going to be the image that displays here. Okay, it's going to be the first image that displays, or the main image that displays when you click on select. The image that will be displayed here is the first image that you choose from your extra images upload field. So let me actually show you what that looks like. So if I click on choose file, okay, let's check the image that we can use for that room. Let's say I want to use this image here. Okay, so I click on open. Now here I'll click on choose file for extra images, and then I can just choose maybe this room here. Okay, and then I can click on add upload field to add more images. So I can click on that, and I can click on maybe this room here. Okay, I can click on add upload field again, choose a file, and then let's see, I can click on this room. Okay, so now that we have all of these rooms here, I'll show you what it looks like. Let's create a short description first. Okay, so this is basically the short description. It just consists of like some small text that basically describes the room. So it's what you are going to paste in or type in over here. Okay, so I'll just copy the short description here. Right click and copy it, come back to my site, right click and then paste it in. All right, now I want the long or the main description, so I'll click on select here. Now just copy it from what I have. If you have your own, you can just type it in. So I'll copy from here to all of this. I'll right click and copy it, come back to my main site, and I'll right click and then paste it in. Okay, so now that we have all of this in, you can click on save and close. Okay, just click on save and close, and then it's going to take you over to a page where you can set the rates for the room. So the rates like the prices or like the payments. That's basically what that means. Okay, as you can see here, it's asking what's the starting cost per night for a room. So the starting cost, we can make it maybe $120. Okay, and the non-refundable rate, we can make it maybe $100. You can click on insert base rate. Okay, so as you can see, it has calculated this with the rate table. For one night is this, 2 nights is this, and so on and so forth, right? So here you can go back to your dashboard, right? Now let's go back and try and select a room. So here I'll choose these dates and I'll click on search. Okay, and it's going to take me to the booking detail page. As you can see, we have our standard room. So let's go back. I want to show you guys something. Let's go to rooms and go to rooms list. Okay, and then here we'll click on standard room. Now over here, as you can see, this is the image. This is the first image that we choose. All right, this is the first image that we choose. That's the image that's showing here. But if I click on select, the image that's showing here is this one. All right. Wait, hold on. Are they the same image? Let's go and check. Let me refresh this and see something. So this is the image over here. They are different. So if I click on select, okay, then it brings me to this main image. So that's what I was trying to explain. That the image which you see when the rooms are listed, okay, is going to be the first one over here. But when you actually click on a room, it's going to be the room main image that you select. All right. Normally, I would like to have the two as the same thing. So for the room main image, I'll select the same image as the first image for the upload field. All right. Bulk upload is for the pro version, so you should really leave that. And this is basically how you create your own rooms. Okay, so let me show you how to create characteristics or categories. So you just click on characteristics over here. Okay, and let's say I wanted to add something, so I can click on new characteristic. And let's say, okay, let's say I wanted to add maybe noise installation or something like that. Okay, so here it has some font icons like pre-installed. Okay, so over here maybe I can choose nature or something like that. All right, the rooms assigned, you can select the standard room. Okay, or you can click select or select all the rooms, or you can just click on here to choose from the list of rooms. Okay, so maybe I can select standard room here and I can click on save. Okay, so that's how you create characteristics. You can create many characteristics. You can add voice assistant. You can add maybe breakfast in bed. Maybe you can add extra fast Wi-Fi. You know, all these characteristics based on what exactly your hotel has to offer. Okay, and that's basically how you are going to create your first room. So now that you're done with that, the next thing I want to show you is about the rates. Okay, these rates over here. Let's go back to VikBooking, and over here we'll go to rate plans. Okay, the first thing we want to select is tax rates. All right, so what are tax rates? Now, tax rates are the taxes which are applied on the lodging services provided by hotels or the staying services provided by hotels. Okay, those are what tax rates are in terms of hotels. A typical example of this is the sales tax. Okay, so the sales tax is like a tax on the sale of goods and services like hotel accommodations, you know, provided by hotels, and the rates varies by location. Okay, I think in New York City, the sales tax on hotel rooms is like 8.875. Okay, there's another one called the occupancy tax. Okay, and the tax is specifically applied to hotel stays, and it's often used to fund tourism or infrastructure projects. Okay, now we have the VAT, the one that you see here, the value added tax. Okay, and in many countries, VAT is included in the price of the hotel stay. Okay, and then there's some like tourism tax, there are resort fees, and then even though resort fees is not really a tax, many hotels will charge a resort fee, okay, which is sometimes like a fixed amount per night and covers amenities like, you know, the Wi-Fi, the gym access, and all those others. Okay, so I want to show you how to add something like that to your site. So here I'll click on new tax rate. Okay, let's actually add a tax rate to our site. Click on new tax rate, and then you can type in any tax rate you want. So let's say I want resort fees. Okay, so I can type in resort fees, and the tax rate I want it in percentage. Okay, so I can make it maybe 25%. All right, now click on save. So I've added a resort fees as a tax rate. You can click on new tax rate to add another one. Maybe you can make that like what, sales tax. Okay, you can make the tax rate like 10%, and then you can click on save. Okay, so that's how you create your tax rates. Now let's try and create more of this. Okay, so to do that, you would click on rate plans, and then here you click on types of price. Okay, click on types of price. Now over here, as you can see, we have the standard rate and the non-refundable rate. So in the hotel industry, there are various pricing types and rate structures that can affect how much a guest pays for their stay. And a common type is the standard rate. Okay, it's a regular rate for any hotel room and often includes the option to cancel or change the reservation with like little or no penalty. Okay, and then we have the non-refundable rate, which is usually lower than the standard rate but requires full prepayment at the time of booking and is non-cancelable and non-refundable. Then we have the advanced purchase rate. Okay, and now this type of rate requires booking a certain number of days in advance and usually offers a discounted rate compared to the standard rate, and it's also often non-refundable as well. Okay, so there are many types of rates. I recommend you do your research on those rates so that you can actually add them to your types of pricing or your pricing on your hotel website. Okay, if you wanted to add a new rate, just click on new price. Okay, click on new price, and let's say the price name, I want it to be advanced purchase rate. Okay, now on the price attributes, maybe I can type in okay, let's actually leave this. We don't actually need to type in anything here. Okay, now for the tax rates here, you can select your maybe your sales tax or your resort fee tax or any of the tax rates that we created above here. Now, you can select minimum nights of stay. What does this mean? It means that if the minimum nights of stay is, let's say we set this to like 5. Okay, so if the minimum nights of stay is not 5, they are not going to see this payment option over here. Okay, so let's just leave it as 0. We want it to appear. And now normally the advanced purchase rates often accompanies booking a certain number of days in advance, but because this is just a tutorial, I don't really want to like do that here, so I'll just leave it the way it is. Okay, so meal plans, you can add breakfast, maybe you can add maybe dinner or something. All right, and you can make this refundable or not, but for the advanced purchase rate, it's offering non-refundable. Okay, so here we'll click on save. Now once you do that, then we have to actually create the pricing structures for all of these things. So to actually let this appear like over here. Okay, to do that, go to pricing and you're going to see something we call rate table. Okay, go to rate table. Now over here, you select any room that you have. So maybe I can select standard room here. Okay, now let's make this from 1 night to, let's say, maybe 10 nights or something. Okay, 10 nights. The standard rate is going to be $120. Non-refundable rate to be $100. Then our advanced purchase rate to be like $90. Okay, then we'll click on insert. Now it's going to structure a table for us on a 10-day basis. As you can see, it has now for the standard, the non-refundable, the advanced purchase rates. As you can see, all of them are over here. Okay, so here I can just click on update rates, and it's going to update these rates for me. Okay, so if I wanted to actually check if this has taken like effect or something, I'll go over to this page and I can refresh and click on continue. Okay, and once I do that and I scroll down, as you can see, we have our advanced purchase rates over here. So we are done with that. Okay, so I'm basically showing you all the free features. I will tell you about the pro version, and this is actually one of the rare videos where I try and urge you guys to get the pro version because it's going to save you a lot of stress. Okay, so let's go to global. Okay, let's start going to global, and here click on custom fields. Okay, the first thing we're going to review is the custom fields. Now over here, if you want to edit most of these, you're going to need like the pro version. Okay, the only one you actually can edit, and even if you had a pro version, you'll be able to add like more custom fields as well, but the only one you're able to edit is this agree to terms and conditions. So in the booking process, if you have a page which has your terms and conditions, which I recommend you get, then I'm just going to put in that link over here. Okay, so that when this shows up, it can link them to this page, they can read it, and then select the text mark, the check mark, and agree to the terms and conditions of your site. Okay, now let's go over to translations. All right, let's go to translations. Now this plugin allows for translations of your rooms and everything over here. Okay, but there is a way to do it. Let me actually show you. So to do it, you have to go to settings over here. Okay, go to settings, and then real quick, we have to change the language of this site. So scroll down till you find hold on, till you find site language over here. Okay, now let's say I want to choose Espanol as the language. Okay, just bear with me for now. Once you select another language and you save changes, it doesn't just change like that, it actually installs the language onto your site. Okay, so here I'll click on save changes. Don't worry, I'll click on save changes here. As you can see, it's taking a while because it has installed this language onto our site. So I'm going to change it back to English. Okay, so here I'll click on this and I'll choose English over here at the top. Then I'll click on save changes. Okay, but this in Spanish. So now that that's done, go back to the VikBooking plugin. Okay, go to the VikBooking plugin, then go to global and select translations. All right. Now, as you can see, we have the Spanish option over here, right? English or Spanish. Now, we'll click on here. Okay, then here we'll select rooms. Okay, now click on load translations. All right. So as you can see, we have all these here, and over here you have the option to translate them. So maybe the room name. So let's say I can type maybe English to Spanish. Hold on, English to Spanish over here. Okay. Now let's see. I want to type in, like, let's say here I type in standard room. Okay, sorry, we type in standard room, and it's going to convert it to Spanish for me. So I can copy this. Okay, I can come back to my site and I can paste it in for like the Spanish version. Then the room description, I can just copy everything that's here. I'll go here to my English section, I'll paste it in, and I'll just copy all of this like the Spanish version, right? So I'll select everything. Sorry, let me select from the top. I'll select everything all the way to the bottom and I'll copy it, go to my site, go to Spanish, and I'll just paste it in here. All right. Now, let me select all of this and then actually like bullet it. Okay. So I'll bullet it, select this as well, and bullet it. All right. Now, the short description as well, you can also make some changes about that. So you can copy your short description. Okay. You can go to your English to Spanish translator, then all you do is just paste it in. Okay, then it has the Spanish version for you. So you can copy that, and you can basically do this for any language that you want. Just follow the steps I showed you and then you're good to go. Okay, now that that's done, I can click on save and close. Okay, so I'm basically done with that section. Now click on global and then here click on configuration. Okay, click on configuration. Now you can start changing some settings over here. You can change the Vik channel manager is a pro feature. Okay, so you can change the admin email, the sender email. Now the checkout time and check-in time, normally you want to select maybe the time you start, or you want to do some research on the global check-in time. So the check-in time is 12 o'clock, maybe the checkout time is 23:11 like PM. This is the 24-hour like time setting. Okay, now you can also enable coupons. You can you should actually be able to, you should actually go through all of this. You can even require login as well. Okay, so you guys, if I say I want to go through everything with you, this video will be so long because you also have to build a website as well. So try and explore all of this and see which settings work best for you. All right, now that's done, you can also change the number of rooms. You can change the number of adults and everything as over here as well. So next thing you want to do is you want to go to company and reservations. Okay, then here I want to change my company name to Savvy Hotel. Okay, so you can choose your logo over here. So I'll click on choose file for the company logo, and I can choose this logo here, and I can click on open. Okay, then I can click on choose file again for the backend logo. So that's the logo that's going to appear over here. All right, then you can leave this the way it is. You can click on this to edit your terms and conditions, and maybe when it sends an email, for the footer text you want to type in maybe Savvy Hotel 2024 or whatever you have. If you have a disclaimer, you can also put it in here. All right, then all you do next is click on save, and once you do that, you basically change everything. As you can see, we have our own logo here now. Okay, so just the next thing you want to do is you want to go to views and layouts. Okay, now you can change your calendar first day of the week. Ours should be Sunday. Okay, and you can actually start editing this. Okay, but this doesn't like really work. Okay, it doesn't really work because I tried it when I was building this site, but I had some few problems. Okay, so I can go back. The titles and headings, I would want my global color, right? So I'll click on this and I will copy my global color or my color over here, type in the hash and just paste in the color. Okay, now for the elements with backgrounds, I want the background to be my yellow color. Okay, so I'll click on this and I can actually copy my yellow color, and I can click on this and then I'll paste it in the color, and this should be 200 coming like this. Okay, now I want to click on save. Okay, I want to click on save. I want to show you guys the problem which I was facing with this. So if I go back here to the site and I refresh, I'll just click on continue. All right, and it's not going to really, it didn't change anything, as you can see. Okay, it did change the colors of the headings and everything, but everything is like still like the same. Let me go back one step and I'll click on refresh and click on continue. Okay, I think as you can see the color is still blue. I don't really want that. I want this color to be changed as well, and that's what we are going to use the custom CSS to do. All right, so you don't need to worry about that. The hovered element, okay, you can also try. I also want to try the hovered element to actually show you guys the problem. So I'll copy this hovered element, the background color. I'll paste in the same color code. All right, and then I will click on save. Okay, now once I do that, I'll go back to my site and then I'll refresh and click continue, and it's still not going to change the hover color. As you can see, everything is still the same. All right, so there's a way we can change this and I'll show you how to do that. Now let's go back and to the VikBooking plugin. All right, and I want to show you some few more things you can customize. So you can change the customer email. If you click on edit templates file, you can actually change it with CSS. You can write the source code over here and change it, right? But I'm not going to be changing this in today's video. And you can also click on this to edit the actual style. So you can click on this here. You can change the background. Maybe I can make my background black. Okay, as you can see, it has changed. You can change this one as well. You can make the background black. You can change the color of the headings, maybe purple or whatever. You can add in a border if you feel like it or not. Okay, so you might probably want to take your time and actually structure this email and make it look very, very nice, because it's very important for your clients and for your customers to know that you have a very like beautiful like email service. All right, so let's go back to views and layouts. Okay, so you can do the same for the templates for the invoices and all of these things. Okay, but right now we're not going to be doing any of that thing. We just do it with the custom CSS. Okay, so now I'll go to conditional text. This is the last thing I'm going to show you guys here, the conditional text. And then here, click on new conditional text. Okay, now over here I can type in maybe welcome email. Okay, or let's make it an unlock email rather. So I'll type in unlock email. All right, now I'll go back. I can type a description, maybe email to unlock the room. Okay, so here you will click on add a rule. So now what you can scroll down and look for rooms. All right, and click on add rule. Now the rooms are assigned, we can choose our standard room. So now we can leave it as standard room over here. Okay, and then here you can click here, just type in the keys to the standard room are in maybe the flower pot or something. Okay, so this is a conditional text or a conditional text email which is going to be sent to someone who has successfully booked the standard room. So once they finish booking the standard room, they are going to see this. Okay, so I'll just click on save and close. All right, let me save and close this, and that's going to be our first conditional text. Okay, so you can click on plus to edit the check-in document over here. Okay, so this is the template file, and as you can see, we've created our first conditional text. So you can create more conditional text. It's not only rooms that you have as as a rule. There are so many rules over there which I recommend you guys explore as well, and that's basically it. Okay, so now the other features like the coupons, packages and offers, or these extra things here that I didn't show you about, they are all pro features. Okay, if you use the free version is good, and it's also very good for you to start with. But if you buy the pro version, it offers so much more features. You can actually pay online, which I think that's what most of you guys want to do. Okay, you would want a customer to be able to pay for their reservations online, and that will mean that you guys have to get the pro version. Okay, so the pro version, you can also, when you get the pro version, you can also install this plugin called the Vik Channel Manager. Okay, and that plugin is going to upload your restaurant's profile to popular sites like maybe Airbnb or other sites, and it's also going to show you where all your reservations are coming from. So if they came from Airbnb, it will show you through all of that. Okay, so if I go to a new tab, I can type in VikBooking. Okay, then over here I'll click on this to take me to the VikBooking like plugin website. Okay, then over here to be on plugins. Now there is something which I really wanted to show you guys. All right, so let me click on this plugins link again. And as you can see on this page, this is the Vik Channel Manager. All right, so it says it connects your own website to the most popular OTAs with a true channel manager. And I'm coming, let it load. I want to show you something. So some of the channels available with Vik Channel Manager are, you see it has booking.com, Airbnb. So it's going to connect your channel, your hotel, with all these popular like listing sites. Okay, it's going to list your hotel on these sites. So when people are looking for hotels to book on these popular platforms, you are going to view your hotel websites over here. Okay, and as you can see, the plugin is also going to show you where all of your bookings are coming from. I'm not really too much of an expert in this, but that's what it looks like here, right? So it's going to show you where most of your bookings are coming from. They're coming from Airbnb. You see the dates as well, and that's what the Vik Channel Manager does. Okay, and it works with the pro version. Now I want to go to the footer and show you something. You see SMS providers over here. Okay, now if I go to our site over here, you're going to see we have something like SMS gateway. Let me click on it. Now the SMS gateway, you basically want, like, when customers enter their number and those details for reservations, I'm sure you might actually want to reach your customers through SMS. Okay, you want to send them text messages on your phone. So that's where the SMS providers comes in. Now these guys are really helpful. Okay, I'm sure you can go to any one of their websites. You can visit the website. When you go there, you can register, right? And then you are going to find their SMS solution. So you can send them a message, maybe saying something like, hello, I downloaded this VikBooking plugin for my hotel, and now I want to send my clients messages through SMS or something like that. So you can click on contact us or something like that, and maybe not maybe they are going to discuss a solution with you. Okay, and once they do that, as you can see here, it says API solution. So they will give you an API file, and then you would come to your site over here and upload the file over here, and then that'll be how you set up SMS gateways, and so that you can send SMS text messages to your clients. Okay, as you can see, there's an administrator phone number here, and there's you can edit the templates. You can edit all the templates here, edit these ones and edit these ones as well. Okay, so that's with the pro version. If you also get the pro version too, you can set up online payments. So if I click price and payments, okay, there's one that I didn't show you guys how to do. I really forgot. I'm sorry. How to change your currencies. Okay, so the currency name, let's say we don't want the euro. I'm in Ghana, so I want the city. So I'll type in GHC. Okay, and the transactions currency code, I'll type in GT as well. Now how do I get my currency symbol? I'll go to a new tab and I'll type in Ghana city symbol. Okay, the city is my country's currency. So I'll click on this over here. I'll click on this one. As you can see, the symbol is here. So all I have to do is highlight it, right click and copy it, come back to VikBooking, and then I'll just paste in the symbol over here, and then we are good to go. Okay, you can change the number of decimals as well. If you get the pro version, you have the option for them to pay online, pay through a card, through Stripe, through PayPal. If you go to the VikBooking site, you should see payments. Okay, payments gateways over here. All right, so once you click on that, as you can see, we have Stripe. That's the most popular. If you guys want a whole tutorial on VikBooking Pro and how to set these payments methods up and everything, so you can have your complete hotel booking website, just leave that in the comments below and I'll be sure to do one for you guys. So there are so many payment options over here, as you can see. So depending on, I feel like, your location, then you would actually look through and pick, because they have so many pages on this. All right, so that's also one thing you can do with the pro version. They'll be able to pay online. You also be able to set up packages and offers. So if you have some special packages or offers running down for your hotel, you can set that up here. You can also offer options and extras for some specific rooms, but that's also a pro feature. So if one of the rooms has maybe blazing fast Wi-Fi, or in that room we serve all foods to the room, so you don't come down to eat, we actually bring all the food you order there, then you can also set that up as an option or as an extra, or maybe not specifically for a room, but maybe it's like a package they can select as they are trying to book through. All right, so once you go to pricing, on pricing, special prices and restrictions are pro features. Okay, so if you have any special prices for any type of package or room, you can set that up, and if you have any restrictions, you can set that up here as well. If I go to rate overview, you'll be able to see, you'll be able to, calculate your rate for a specific type of nights, choose a room over here or over here as well. Then you'll be able to see all of your calendar pricing overview. So this is basically like an analytics section or like a document section for maybe the administrator or something. If you go to bookings here, if you go to dashboard, you can check your main bookings dashboard. You can see, let me actually click on it. You can see those who are arriving today, those who are leaving, those who are departing. You can check for availability, check the, I think this weather, this forecast. Okay, then you can check the week's bookings and all of everything over here. And you can even add some sticky notes as well. So maybe I can type latest room bookings. Okay, then here I can type in maybe these rooms, the standard room is fully booked for September. Okay, let me type this incorrectly, September, and let me make this the standard rooms are. Okay, so you can type in something like this as a sticky note, and you can create more. If you want to customize the page, you can just click on this. Okay, just close this here. Now if you wanted to move some things up and down, you would just use this little three icons here to drag. Okay, so I can move the arriving today section above the sticky note section, and if I want to see my changes, I'll just click on this. As you can see, the arriving section is above the sticky note section. Okay, so I recommend you explore here as well. If you go to management, most of these options are pro. Let's see, if I go to customers, as you can see, it's a pro feature. But if you go to, I think, graphs and statistics, I think, okay, statistics tracking rather, this one is not a pro feature. So you can check visitors, people who are currently visiting your site right now. You can check conversion rates as well. Okay, so those who have booked, average nights of stay and everything, this is free. PMS, almost everything here is a pro feature, but one thing I really like about this pro feature is the operators. Okay, so if you have some certain operators in your hotel, you could create them over here, and you can give them permissions, what they can change and not change. Okay, so if you get a pro version, you're going to get access to all these features. So real quick, let's go to our dashboard. I think those are all the features of the pro version which I have to show you, because we're using the free version here, and I don't really want to go over the pro version with you. So I've shown you how to create a room, shown you how to create some characteristics, some categories, some pricing, some types of pricing, and these are like the main things that you need. Now, after you've gotten the hotel booking functionality implemented, you're going to need a beautiful website to show off everything, because like I said at the start of the video, normally with hotels, when people are trying to look for a hotel through their website, they like to see pictures, a beautiful website which is showcasing all the hotel's features and amenities. So now, at this next portion of the video, we're actually going to start building our hotel website. Okay, so let's go to pages. Okay, and let's actually open our site in a new tab. We're going to edit the home page with Elementor. So as you can see, we stopped over here, so let's click on edit with Elementor, and now let's actually go to our home page on the site we're trying to copy from, and then this is the next section over here. So this is the next section we'll be building. So let's wait for the Elementor page builder to load up. Okay, so as you can see, the Elementor page builder has loaded up. We stopped over here, so the next section to build will be this one. All right, now to build this, it's going to be really simple. Come over here to this Elementor page builder, click on the plus button and click on Flexbox. Okay, as you can see, we have many types of containers, so select this two-sided container. That's what I like to call it. And then on the width, make that 1200. Okay, we're going to make it a little bit wide. Now click on this to go back to where all the elements are, and then we'll drag in a heading. Okay, drag a heading. So over here we have our heading. If you want to change the text, you can. Here, the first heading says about us, so I can just bring my cursor here, delete. I can delete all of this. Okay, let me just quickly delete everything, and here I can type in about us. That's how easy it is to edit with Elementor. You just click and then you can change text. Okay, so I'll go to style, and then I'll click on this to get access to all my colors, and I'll choose this color here. Okay, now I will go back. Let me look at it. It's quite small and it's in all caps. Okay, so you can go to typography, and the size, let me take a quick guess, and maybe it's 15. Okay, let's make it 16 rather. And it's a little bit too bold. This one here is a little bit thin, it's not that bold. So to change that, go to width, okay, and make the width 500. 500 looks good. Now go to transform and change it to uppercase. As you can see, everything becomes uppercase, just like over here. Let's increase the size a bit more. Let's increase the size a bit more to like 17. All right, now here, go back to the add element section and drag in another heading below. Now this heading says enjoy your luxury experience. So there, I can do one thing. I will copy this text. So hold on, let me actually copy it, and I'll go back to my page and I'll just paste in the text. Okay, now let me do one thing. Let me close this up, and I want the experience to come below the luxury. Okay, so you can actually use an HTML tag for this. It's a self-closing tag. So just type in greater than symbol less than symbol br greater than symbol, like this, and you see that it will come below. All right, then go to style, text color here, select the theme color palette 1, and then just increase the size with this slider. Okay, so we want to increase the size of our own to like 45. Then looking back, this is quite thin than what we have here, so go to width and make it like 600. Okay, now it looks quite similar. Let's get our description. Click on add element, drag a text editor below. Okay, and I want to copy the description over here, but I don't want to copy the formatting. So I right click and click on copy. I'll come back here, select everything, right click and hit paste as plain text. Okay, now I'll go over to style and I want to change the size of this. So to do that, I'll click on typography. As you can see, we have size, so I'll make mine 15. Okay, let me look at what's here. Yeah, it looks similar. Now we have to get these two blocks over here. To do that, click on add elements. Okay, as you can see, there are two side by side over here. And how would you create that? Well, you would drag a container below here. Okay, then change the direction to horizontal, because when we add the two, we don't want one icon box to be on top and one icon box to be below. That's a vertical structure. I want them to be by each other. That's horizontal. Okay, so make it horizontal, and then go over to advanced, and then just click on this to release the default paddings that it gives. We'll give it our own padding later. Okay, now click on add element, and then you can do one thing. You can search for icon box over here. Okay, then you can drag in an icon box here. Now right click and duplicate the icon box, and you have something like this. Okay, so the first thing is that we need to change the icon, and then we need to change all this. So the icon, if you want to change it, you will click on this to go to your icon library. Now you can see you have so many icons here. You can browse through and pick the ones you like. We have font awesome regular, font awesome solid, font awesome bronze, and then we have the elements kit icon pack. So you can choose from here. I want the swimming pool one. So as you can see, this is it. So I'll click on it and click insert. All right, and what does it say? It says classy facilities. Let me actually just type that in, classy facilities. All right, now the description, I'll copy what's here. It's just some dummy text, and then over here I'll just paste it in. All right, now I can do one thing. I can right click and delete this one, and right click and then duplicate this one. All right, so that it has the same content. Now you can change the style of the icon from here. If you like, you can make it stacked, so that to make the style like that. You can make it framed so that the style become like this, but I want my style on default. Okay, so I'll go to style, and I can do one thing here, change the alignment to left. Okay, change the alignment to left, and then decrease the icon spacing to like 0, and decrease the content spacing as well to like 2. All right, go to icon. The first icon is this blue color, so we'll select primary color and make it a blue color, and the size, let's make it 30. 30 is way too small. Okay, 60, too big. 45. All right, let's make it like this. Now go to content, and then on the title color, make it the same blue color, but you have to decrease the thickness of it. So go to weight and make it 500. All right, and then change the size of this to like 25 there about. Now you have to change the size of the description. So select typography on the description and then make the size 15. Let's see, 15 is fine. And now that you have this, you would want to do the same thing for this. So instead of coming here and then doing everything manually, you can actually right click and copy this and right click on this one and hit paste style, and it will just do the same style for you. Then all you have to do is change the color. So to do that, click on style, scroll down till you find icon, and then on primary color, select the theme color palette 2, and as you can see, we've changed our color. Now we want this section next, this button. It's not a section, it's a button. So to add it, click on add element, and here search for button. Okay, you can use the regular button. Let's actually use that. So don't search, you will find button on the basic elements here. So drag the button, try and put it like below. Okay, put the button here for now. Okay, it's kind of difficult to put it below this container. So to do that, you will click on this to view your site structure. Okay, then close this up, close this up here by clicking on this icon, and then you see the button here. Drag the button below this one. It's going to bring, it should bring the button to the bottom. Okay, hold on, let's see something here. Let me close this up. This is the main container. Okay, this is the second container, I think. So we want the button to be in this container rather. So drag the button up and put it here. Now send the container here above it to bring the button below. Okay, now as you can see, the button is below. So this button says more about us. So to change the content of the button, click on it, and over on text, type in more about us. When we create the about page, I'll show you how to link the button later. Okay, now go to style. Okay, and let's actually style the button up. So let's say we want to change the background color of the button, right? We can actually select over here. Sorry, we can change the position of the button first. So you can make it center, right, stretch, so that to stretch all over the place, your choice. I want to make mine on the left. Okay, the alignment, okay, there's no alignment. So now the size of the text, I think the size of the the text inside is okay, but if I wanted to change that, you will click on typography and you would increase the size from here. Okay, now the background color, just click on this and choose the theme color palette 2. Okay, then go over to hover, and the background type classic, the background color, choose the theme color palette 1, and make the transition duration 0.3 seconds. So when you hover, it's like a nice slow hover. If you make it like just 0, the hover almost happens like instantaneously. But if we add a transition duration like 0.4, as you can see, it's like it goes slowly and it just gives it like a nice effect. Okay, so go over to paddings, and then one thing you want to do is you want to change the padding for all of them. So let's start by giving every side padding of 10. Okay, then we'll start increasing the left padding slowly to like 15. We'll make the right padding 15 as well. Sorry, 15. Then we'll make the top padding like 14 and the bottom padding like 14. Let's increase the left padding a bit more to like 18. Okay, sorry, not the left, the right to like 18. Good. So now that you have all this, you have your button here, you would want to get this image at the side. How would you do that? Go back to your page and then click on this, and let's give it a background. So go to style, background type, select classic, and click on choose image. And the images are provided for you. You should be able to find that image over here. So this is the image. So here I will click on select. All right, so as you can see, the image has now loaded up, and what you can do is you can actually go to position and then change the position to center. All right, then change the display size to cover. All right, so that it comes like this, covers the whole section evenly. Then we need to get this 12 years experience block over there, and there is a way you can do that. So you can go over to add element, you can drag in a container inside this. Okay, then quickly go to style, background type, select classic, and here drag the color to white. Okay, make the color white. Now go to advanced. Okay, and then go to, you should find something like width here, but if you don't find it, you can actually drag this. Okay, drag this to make it like quite smaller. All right, so here there are two ways of getting this container like below. You can use margin on the container to move it around. So if I release the margin, for example, I can make it like 70 or maybe even 250 or something. It's going to move it to like this section. Okay, so that's one way you can do that. That's one way. And you can also use something I call position absolute. All right, so what you would do is that over on position, okay, here you would click on this and you will select absolute. Okay, so once you do that, you can use these two sliders to move it around. All right, so I would increase the vertical offset to send it down. Okay, I'll use the vertical offset to send it down, like so. Let me actually use my arrow keys. All right, so I'll increase it here. 374 is like a bit too much, so let's decrease that a bit. So as you can see over here, and I can also increase the horizontal offset to move it to the side. And over here now we have this block. All right, so let's go to layout, and you should see the width over here. So let's increase the width of this block a bit more, so there's something like this. All right, now we need to get our heading, so drag in a heading inside here, and the heading says, well, it says 12 plus and then years experience. All right, so to do that, just type in 12 over here, type in 12 and then plus. All right, then go to style and center align it, then go to typography and then make it quite big, like 25 is even small. Let's say 45. All right, and change the weight or the thickness to like 600. Let's see our site here. 600 is even too much. Let's make it like 500. Okay, now go to add element, and then we should add a heading. Okay, now this heading says yes experience, so drag a heading below, and here we'll type in yes experience. I know it looks a bit funky right now, but we'll change it up a bit. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is you want to make it small, like really small. Make it like 14. Okay, 14 is even too small, but okay, let's make it like 15 rather. Okay, select this container and then like increase the width of it a bit more, so the years experience actually like stretches. Okay, now select it and then you can center align it. Okay, now click on the color and then drag this to the ash section. Okay, make it like just a bit ash, something like this color, or maybe a bit more ash, so something like this. Okay, now go to typography, go to weight and make it 500. Okay, make the size 14 and make the weight 500. Now select this container and then release the gap between the elements and give it a row gaps of like 10. Let's see how much space you like here. 10 or maybe 12. Okay, sorry, make it 12. Good. Now go to advanced and release the paddings on the container. Give it a top padding of about 20, bottom of maybe 15, and I feel like left and right patterns are okay. Now you have this block ready to go. So what you can do is you can select this container and then you can change the column gaps to like 20, okay, or maybe even 30. All right, then you can go to advanced, release the margins and give it a top margin of 70. So there'll be some spacing, and then I will click on publish. Don't forget to be constantly publishing your changes, it's very important. So now if I click on view, okay, if I click on this, as you can see, we have all of this here looking good. All right, so that's the next block that we've built, this one. So up next is this block. How would you build it? Okay, first things first, you need to go to VikBooking over here to your dashboard, then go to shortcodes. Okay, go to shortcodes. Now you can do one thing. If you click on view page in front side, they're actually going to take you to the, sorry, not your booking detail, it should be the our rooms page. Okay, so go to our rooms, and as you can see, this is what it looks like. All right, so we want something like that. What we can do is that we can either click new, we can click new, then the name you can type in maybe rooms grade short code. Okay, then over here on type, select rooms list. All right, and then the category, make it the hotel rooms. Okay, then order rooms by, you can select any of this. Maybe I want mine to be ordered by name. Okay, then the layout style, make mine on a grid, and the results per page, I want 3. All right, because here we have just 3. So now that we have all this here, you can click on save and close. And what you would want to do is that you would want to copy this short code. So just click on this, select everything and then copy it. Then you can come back to your home page, just click on this, click on flexbox and choose a vertical container, change the width to 1200 and then make the top margin 70. Okay, then go to add element and search for this element, search for short code. All right, then drag it over here. Then you can actually paste in the short code and it's going to come like this. All right, so this is what it's looking like right now with your description. I know that on this site it looks different, but once you create more rooms on your website and you add them to the hotel rooms category, they are going to pop up here, 3 of them, because we selected 3. You can edit the short code by saying sort by. You can make it ID, and you can make the layout style a list. For example, if I like select all the grid and I type in list, it's going to make the style a list. Okay, so like this. So you can edit it. I want to make mine a grid. Okay, if you want to display more images, you will change this RES slim to 4, 5, 6. How many you want to display? Okay, so right now I want to display just 1. Now, there's a different style for this, but we'll do this later with the custom CSS. All right, we're not going to do it now. So over here, search for this element, search for a divider. Okay, search for a divider, and then drag in the divider on top here. All right, drag it in the same place but on top, and then just use this slider to like decrease the weight of the divider. Then go to style. You can make the color this yellow color, make the weight 2, and then just decrease the gaps, minimize the gaps to like 4. Okay, now if you want to get the divider below here, like I said, there are 2 ways. You can either use margin. Okay, so this one, let's use margin. Sorry, you can use margin. Hold on, let me use negative top. Let's use positive top margin. So you can use margin. All right, let's not use margin. Let's rather use there is a way you can do it. Let's use position absolute rather. Okay, so go to position and then select absolute. Okay, now increase the horizontal orientation. Okay, and then increase the vertical one so that it comes below this. Okay, let me use my keyboard to actually do that so that it becomes below. Then I'll decrease the horizontal one so that it comes under here like this. Okay, I know there's this funky text over here, but if you publish and you actually go and view your page, this text will not be there. So if I go back and I scroll down, as you can see this here, it says details, but I don't know why this here. Hold on, let's go back. Let's increase the horizontal offset a bit to like 107. All right, and let's go back to our page and then check what it's looking like. So it's coming closer, so you have to increase it a bit more. Let's make it about 150. Then we'll click on publish. Just keep like experimenting with it so that you can get it to the position you want. Okay, so 150 was even too small, so what I'll do is that I'll make it 180. Okay, if I try this and it doesn't work, then it will take too much time, so you guys should just keep experimenting with it to see. As you can see, it's like it's almost there. So I feel like if you change it to 200, everything will be fine. So we'll just change it to 200. We'll click on publish, and then everything should be good to go. Okay, let me get rid of all this and click on publish again, and then let's go back to our page and then refresh. And as you can see, we have it below. Okay, so quickly let's go and start building the next block. The next block is this block, and to build it, it's going to be super simple. Okay, I know it looks complicated, but it's simple. All right, so click on this to add a new element. All right, then we'll select flexbox, then we'll select a vertical container. All right, so that's our first one. Make the width 1200, and then go to advanced and then give it a top margin of 70. All right, I want us to move a bit fast because we've been going a bit slow for a while and the video is getting quite long. Okay, so let's go to style, background type, select classic, click on choose image, and we want this image over here. All right, so I will look through my images and is this one. Yep, is that one. So I'll go back here, I'll click on select, and then position, we'll make this center. Okay, and then repeat, make it no repeat, display size, select cover, go to layouts, and then use this slider to increase the height of the image a bit. Okay, so make it like 641. All right, now go to style again, and then let's make this image a bit darker. To do that, go to background overlay, select classic, the color, choose black, and then drag this slider to make it like a bit darker. Okay, not too dark, but like just a bit darker. Now that you have this block ready, click on the plus button, click on flexbox, and then we want to have 3 containers like this. Okay, so to do that, I'll go back here, select this type of container. Now the weight obviously should be 1200. That's the weight we are using. All right, then click on add element. Okay, then drag in a container, and then first things first, go to style and then background type, select classic, and then make the color of this container white. Okay, then right click and duplicate till you get three containers like this. Okay, select one of the containers, go to border and give it a border radius of 6. Okay, then I know you can't really see this now, but I'll show you later. Okay, right click and paste style on all of them. Okay, now select this main container, go to advanced, release the margins, and we want to move it down, so we can use, we have to use a top margin to do this. So let's try a top margin of 50. Okay, let's actually give this one a top margin of 70. All right, and then we'll actually use this one to move up there. Okay, so I can select this one here, and then I can go to advanced, and what I can do is that I can get rid of all the top margin and actually use a negative top margin to move it up. So I can use maybe negative 50 or something. As you can see, it has moved up. So let's make it negative like 80. Okay, 70. Now select this container here. Okay, and then scroll down to you find Z index. You want to bring this to the front. As you can see, the image is overlapping it, so give it a Z index of 1. And as you can see, the containers are now like on it. All right, so there's one thing I want us to do. Let's give this a box shadow. All right, so go to border and here click on this to enable the box shadow, then select color and then drag it towards like the add section, and then just drag it inward so that it gets like a light shadow around it. Then you can right click and copy, and then right click and then paste style on all of the individual containers. As you can see, we have this shadow at the back of it. Okay, so the next thing you want to do is that you want to add in your icon box. So search for icon box and then drag in an icon box inside here. Okay, now first things first, let's actually change the view. Okay, over here we have like a little subtle background behind it, so change the view to stacked. Okay, and then make the shape a square, so like this. Then this says hotel and it has the description, so I'll copy this, I'll paste it in, then I'll copy the description, and then I will paste the description in here. Okay, now let's start styling it. So I'll go to style, I will decrease the icon spacing a bit and decrease the content spacing as well to 0. Now I'll go to icon. Now the primary color should be this color. Okay, and the secondary color should be the same color. But the primary color, you can actually just like decrease the transparency of it. Okay, so try decreasing the transparency to like here, to a point where you can still see the color but like it's light. Okay, something like this. Then the size, the padding, decrease the padding of it. Okay, so make the padding like 9, and you want to decrease the size of the icon as well, so make it like 47. Let me look at what we have here. I feel like our size is a bit big, so we'll make our size like 42. Okay, then we'll make our padding like 10. All right, good. Now let's go to content. Let's actually change this. Go to icon library and make this a hotel. Okay, hotel, and then select the hotel and click insert. Okay, now our hotels are okay, good, it looks good. Now let's go to content. Go back to icon and give it a border radius of like 5. Okay, now go to content, change the color to this color and make the weight 600 and the size like 25. Okay, and for the description we want to change the size as well, so you would change the click on typography and make the size 15. Now select this main container here. Okay, go to advanced, release the paddings, give it a top padding of 20. Let me look here. Okay, there's more top padding, so maybe 30, also padding of 30 as well wouldn't hit. Okay, now you would want this style on all the containers, so you would right click and copy, and then just right click and paste like on all the containers. Okay, then right click and then copy the style and right click and then paste the style on all of them as well. Good. Now if you want to turn the image up a bit more, just choose the image. Okay, then we can give it a margin of maybe 110. Okay, if I look over here, our image is like way up, like to the icon level, So make it like 160. Okay, something like this. Good. Now I'll show you how to change one more, and I'm sure you can do the rest yourself because the video is getting long. Okay. If I wanted to change this icon, I think is a burger or something, right? So here I'll type in burger and I'll select the icon, and then here I'll type in restaurants. Okay, restaurants. Sorry, not for the description. Let me actually undo all of that. Now I'll go over here and I'll type in restaurant. All right, good. So now we have all of this here. So I'm sure you can change the last one yourself. Let's create the next section, which is this one. Okay, so to do that, come back here. As you can see, this is what our page is looking like right now. Okay, so to do that, come back here, scroll up till you find this, right click and copy it, then scroll down and then paste it in here. Okay, right now you're not actually going to see it, but if you want to see it, just go to click on this to choose your site structure and select this container here. Okay, go to layout and then justify content, select center. All right, and then align item, select center as well. All right, good. Now let's get this text here. So I'll select this, and here I'll type in experience. Okay, experience. Is that how you spell experience? Yes. Then I'll click on add element and drag in a heading below this one. All right. So what does the heading say? It says choose us once and you will always. So I'll copy it and I'll paste it in here. Okay. Now the size of it, we can actually do this, and then we can increase the size through here. Okay, through this slider here. So I can make mine 41, make my width 600, and the always is below. Okay, so you can use the self-closing tag BR to do that. So I'll go in front of it here, use the less than sign, type in BR greater than sign, and it comes below. Go to style and then alignment, make it center. Okay, good. Now the next thing you want is the description, and then we want the button. All right, so to get a description, click on add element and drag in a description or a text editor below. I will copy this description here and I will paste it as a plain text. Okay, go to style, center align it, click on color, make it white. Okay, now I think the size is okay, but we want to make it like, we want to decrease the width of it. Okay, so there are two ways of doing it. It's either you go to advanced, width, you select custom width, and then you can use the slider to adjust the width, or you can just put your cursor over here and then just use this to drag it in. Okay, just use it to drag it in so they get something like this. Okay, so now you have this here. The last thing I'm going to want is your button, right? The last thing I'm going to want is the button. So to get to, just scroll up, you can actually copy this button here, and then you can just right click and then paste it below here, and you have your button. This button says more about us, but I want to change it. Maybe I can type in book now. Okay, book now. So I'll click on publish, and then this section will be ready to go. So let's go and view what it looks like. So here I'll scroll down from the top slowly to reach that section. So I'll be scrolling down, and as you can see, we are over here. We have our next section created. So the next section we'll be building is this one. Super simple. So to get started, go back here, click on the plus button. Then let's move a little faster. Click on flexbox and then choose this to outside this flexbox, and then on width make this 1200. Okay, now what you want to do is you want to click on add element, and we want to create this over here. Okay, real quick, let me just close these blocks, these pages which we don't need. All right, let me close all of them because we don't really need them right now. So I'll leave this one open. Good. Now let's create this one. So we need let's scroll up, and we can do one thing. We can copy this heading here. Okay, then we can scroll back down, and then we can just right click and then paste in the heading here. And I think it says our facilities. Okay, so I will actually copy it and then just paste it in. All right, now next is the heading. So right click and copy the heading, then we'll scroll down and right click and then paste the heading as well. And this says our hotel facilities, so I will also copy the same text and then I will paste it in here. All right, good. Now click on add element. The next thing I want is the description. So I can do one thing. I can actually copy this description. I can scroll down and I can paste in the description over here. So I will copy what it says here and I will just paste it in here as plain text. All right, let me delete these extra paragraphs. Now so I'll select this container and I'll justify the content to center. I'll select this container as well and release the gaps and give it a row gaps of like 10. Okay, select the main container. Let's give it some spacing. So go to the top, go to advanced, give it a top margin of 70 so that there is some space between the two blocks. Now the next block to create is this one, and the question is, how will we do it? Well, click on this plus button, click on flexbox, and then we want a horizontal container for the first one. Okay, or we can even go with the this container here with 4 sides. Okay, so with this container, change the width to 1200 one more time. Okay, now as you can see, one area is white and one area is like a bit ash. All right, so how will we create that? Click on this container, go to style, background type, select classic, and then make this white. Okay, then like come here, make it white. Then I want to actually use the same color here, so I'll use my color picker, go to extensions, and I'll click on pick. Okay, and I'll bring it here to this color. I'll copy it, close this up, come back here, go to this section, then I will go to style. Okay, background type classic, and then I will just paste it in here. Right, now we have two different colors. So one thing we should do is select this container and just release the gap between all the elements. Okay, this main container, release the gap between all the elements because they are all touching each other literally. All right, so I think we already did that. So right click and copy this one. Okay, and then paste the style for this last one here. All right, so and then right click and copy this one, and then paste the style for this one. Now the next thing you want is you want to right click and then duplicate this whole section here. Okay, now here I'm basically going to switch everything up. So what I'll do is I'll drag this container here. Okay, so it should be in front, and then the last one, which is over here, should come under this one. So I'll drag it here. All right, so this one I'll move to this side. So now finishing the positions of everything, so let's actually add in our icon boxes first. All right, so this is what icon box looks like. Let me scroll up. I think we can use this one. So I'll right click and copy this icon box, come over here, I'll right click and paste in the icon box in the container, and this says air conditioner. All right, so I'll click on this and I can type in maybe snow or something. It says snowflake, so I'll insert it in, and then I'll just copy this heading. Okay, and I'll paste it in, and I'll copy the description as well. Sorry, let me copy the description rather. I'll copy the description and I'll paste it in here. Then I'll have to change the color of this and decrease the size as well. And yeah, so how would I do that? I'll go to icon. Okay, then I'll click on this and I'll select this color. Then the size, I can use the slider here to decrease it a bit, so maybe to like 40. I'll go to contents, and then I'll go to typography, and I'll also decrease the size of the heading to like 20. So now that I have all of this, I want some spacing or some padding. All right, okay, I want them to be some spacing. And if you look, there's some spacing between the icon and the heading and then the description as well. So to increase the spacing, just let's drag this. We'll leave it at like 8. And for the content spacing, we'll make it like 5. Okay, so let's check if the spacing is enough. Yeah, it looks enough. Okay, now select the container. I know it's not that visible really, but select the container and give it a left padding of 20. Okay, let's see our own here, 20, top padding of 20, bottom padding of 20 as well. Okay, so you have something like this. Then what you want to do is you want to right click and copy this and then paste it in like all of them. Okay, now once you do the margin and padding for this main container, you don't have to do it for every other container. You can either copy and paste style, or you can use justify content center to bring it to the center. So I can select this container, I can go here and I can use justify content to bring everything to the center. Okay, I can do that. Or for the white ones, I can right click and copy and then paste style for the white ones. All right, and for the slightly ash ones, I will go over here and I'll look at what I have here. So 20, 20, 20 for all sides. Okay, so I'll go to advanced on this one. I release the paddings, put 20 on top, 20 on bottom, and 20 on left. Okay, and I'll copy that, and then I will paste style. I'll paste style on this ash one here, and I can also paste style on the bottom one here, and I can paste style on the first one here as well, like this. All right, so now I'll do the same for the whites. I'll right click and copy for the whites, and then paste style on all the whites. I think the last white one is this one here. Now what will I do next? Well, I will right click and copy this, and I'll just basically paste it on all of them. Okay, so I'll paste it here, paste it here, paste it here, and lastly I'll paste it here. Okay, I think we accidentally changed the color of this, so I want to give it back its original color. So I'll copy it, and then I'll right click on this container and click on paste style, and it will get the ash color. Okay, now we want to get them to touch each other. How will we do that? We'll select this main container, we'll go to advanced, and we can use the negative top margin. Okay, so I give a negative top margin of maybe 20 might be too small, maybe 30. Okay, and okay, let's try 40 rather. 40, I think 40 they are touching, but I'm not too sure. So let's try and view our changes. Okay, so I'll go to my website, I'll scroll down, and over here, yeah, they are touching each other. Okay, so you've created this section. If you wanted to change one of them to maybe like breakfast or something, you select this and click on icon library, and here you can type in utensils. I think that's the icon, utensils. Okay, and if I wanted to change the heading, I'll just type in breakfast. All right, and then I'll have it there. So I'm sure you guys can do the rest yourself. Okay, so let's create this next section. To do that, click on the plus button, click on flexbox, and then we'll be using a horizontal container for this one. Okay, go to advanced and give it a top margin of 70. Go to style and background type, select classic, and give it a background color of the theme color palette, the blue color here. All right, now go to layout, change the width to 1200. I almost forgot. And then go to add elements. Now search for this element, a counter. Okay, search for counter and then drag it in. Now over here we have 600 plus trusted clients. So on the ending number, I'll type in 600. The number suffix, I'll type in plus, and then it says, I think, trusted clients. So I'll copy this and then I'll just paste it in here. All right, good. Now let's actually change the colors. So this is 600 plus, and that's white. The color of that one is white. So to do that, I'll go to number, text color, I'll make it white, and the size I think is too big. So let's try 40. Right, 40 is small, 45. All right, something like this. Now let's change this one. It says trusted clients, but the color is this color here, and the size might be, I think it's 25. 25 is too big. Let's make it like 23, and let's increase the weight to like 500 or something. Okay, good. So now that we have that, let's go to counter, and then the number gap, sorry, not the number gap, the title gap, let's just decrease that a bit to 0. Okay, I think it's okay on 0. Let's go to number, and then let's increase the size of the number just a bit more to like 50. All right, now right click on this and then duplicate it till you get 4. Okay, right click and duplicate till you get 4. Now select this container, this main container here, and then justify all the content to the center. Now release the gaps and give it a row gaps of like 70. All right, okay, sorry, not row gaps, give it a column gaps of 70 rather. Okay, 70 is even too small. Let's try 100. Good. Now go to advanced, release the paddings and give it a top padding of, let's actually see what we have here, 30 top. Okay, no, 40 top, 40 bottom. Click on publish. If you wanted to change one more of them, you would just, let's see, if you want to change the number, I can type in 150. Okay, and I can copy this heading and I can just paste it in the title, and that's how you change it. All right, good. So let's move over to the next section we'll be creating now, which is this one. Okay, this is our last but 3 section. Okay, let me say it like that. So I'll click on add elements, I'll click on flexbox, and then I will choose a vertical container. Okay, then here go to add element, and then what you can do is you can search for heading. Okay, then you see dual color heading by Royal Add-ons, so just copy it in, sorry, drag it in, select the main container, and then make the width 1200, and then go to advanced and give it a top margin of 70. Okay, now select this, and we don't want any icons, so click on this, disable the icon, click on this, disable the description, and the primary heading says we are with you, so I'll copy it, I'll come here, then I'll paste it in. Then the secondary heading says Savvy Hotel, So I'll copy this and I'll just come back and I'll paste it in here. Okay, now I'll go to style. Okay, and then for the text color, that's for the primary heading, we'll make it the theme color palette 1. All right, we'll go to typography. Then the weight is way too small, make that like 600. Okay, yeah, like 600. And the family should not be Roboto, it should be Poppins. All right, then the size can be 45. 45 is too big. Let's make that 40 rather. Okay, 40. Good. Now we want to do the same. Just right now, just release the paddings. Okay, we want to do the same for the secondary heading. So I'll click on secondary heading. The text color, I'll make it the theme color palette 2. Go to typography, family, Poppins. They will make the size like 37. Okay, maybe 38. Let's make it 39. And then we'll make the, yeah, I think the weight at 600 is fine. All right, so now that we have this done, select border type, select solid. All right, then here just make this 0. All right, then release all of this and give it a border width of 2. And then the bottom border, okay, so bottom border, make it like 8. All right, sorry, not the padding should be like 5. No, 5 is even too much, like 2. Okay, then release the border radius and give it a bottom border radius of like 8. All right, and then go to left and give it like 8 as well. All right, so that it curves in like that. Then border color, you can select the yellow color and then you have it like this. You can click on publish. Now we want a description in there, so I'll go here, drag in a text editor right below this, and I will actually select everything. Yeah, I'll copy it and I'll come to my site and then paste it in as plain text. Now go to style, I will center align this, and I'll go to advanced, and I'll select custom. Okay, now I will start dragging this from here all the way to like, let me see what's at the bottom. Okay, so I'll keep dragging and dragging until I get here. Then the alliance of our select center, so it becomes like this. Now we want to create this section next. How will we do it? First of all, select this, go to layout, release the gap between the elements, and then give it a row gap of like 7. All right, now click on the plus button, click on flexbox, and select this double-sided container. However, here I'm going to make it full width. Okay, make it full width. We're going to release all the gap between the elements as well, and then we'll go to advanced and then release the paddings. Good. And then we'll select the individual containers as well and release the paddings for them too. Okay, so release the paddings on the individual containers. Now we'll select this container on this side, then we'll go to style and let's actually add in a background. Okay, so we'll click on choose image, and this is the background. It's like a gem. All right, all these images were generated with Leonardo AI, so you can check it out. I mentioned it earlier in the video. So I'll click on select, and then over here just on position, make it center, display size, make it cover, and on repeat, make it no repeat. Okay, now select this one as well and go to style, background type, select classic, click on choose image, and then the image we'll be using is this one here. So we'll click on select, position, make it center, repeat, make it no repeat, and display size, make it cover. All right, now select this main container here, go to layout, we want to make it long, so we'll drag the minimum height, make it a bit longer to like let's say 410. All right, 410 is even too much. Let's make it like 385, something like this. Okay, then we'll click on publish. There is some spacing, so we can do one thing. We can select this container, go to advanced, release the margins, and give it a top margin of 30. And we'll click on publish. Now we have this block ready. Okay, so let me actually scroll from the top of our site downwards. Let's scroll down so that we'll see what we're able to build so far. As you can see, we have this block, this one that we just did, this one, and we have this one. All right, so it looks really similar. So what's next is this testimonials like section. Then we have this section, then we are done. All right, so to build it, we would want this heading first of all. So click on the plus button, click on flexbox, choose a vertical container, and then the width, make it 1200, and go to advanced and give it a top margin of 70. Now right click, okay, scroll up, right click and copy this heading here, and then right click and then paste it in. Okay, now go to style center align it, go typography, decrease the size to like 40, and then I will copy this heading here. I'll go to content and I'll paste in the heading. Let me just get rid of all of this space that's here. I mean, yeah, I'll just click on backspace and the space goes. Okay, let me just get rid of all of it. All right, so now let's go to style, and then I feel like everything about the style is okay, everything is fine. So go over to add elements and search for testimonial, okay, and choose the testimonial carousel and then just drag it below here. Now I want to show you how to like create one. So what we can do is that we can actually click on this one. Okay, let's delete all of them and just have one. Now this says a luxurious escape, so I'll actually type that in for the title here. So type in a luxurious escape. All right, now the rating, if I want to change this to like 5 stars or any kind of stars, I'll change it here. So I'll type in 5 stars. As you can see, it's a 5-star rating. If I want to change it to 2 stars, it will be a 2-star rating. So yeah, I'll just leave it on 5, okay, because you know my hotel is very good. All right, now the description, I can't actually copy it here, so let's just work with what we have here for now. All right, and then there is no date over here, so we can actually delete this from here. There's no dates, but I think if we go to settings, you can get rid of the dates from here. I'm not too sure. We have rating, we have 2 columns. Okay, I don't think we can get rid of it, so just like clear it from there. Okay, now if you wanted to change the description, you will change it here. If you wanted to add in an author image, you click on choose image. Okay, and there's the image we used over here. So maybe I can insert this image here, and I'll just type in the name as Jason Kenya. Okay, maybe something like this. I'll type in the name and I'll type in the job. Okay, so the job, right? So I can type in maybe, like, I'll type in what is there, digital JCU. Right, so now I have this. If I want another one like this, I can just duplicate it. And to do that, I'll click on this, and then I'll just click on this here, and then it's going to duplicate. Okay, so if you wanted to change the heading and everything, you'll do that. Wanted to change the name, you change it here. If you wanted to change the image, you can just choose maybe this image here, and then you are good to go. All right, so now let's go ahead to the next section. Wait, let's go to settings first of all. Okay, the column should be 2. The gutter, I think the gutter is fine. There should be infinite loop. All right, declare the pagination from there, and the angle, make it angle bold. Okay, make it angle bold, and then the effects can be slide. Okay, it can be slide. Then the transition duration, you can leave that, and you can leave the rating. The icon style, make it icon style 1. Okay, make it style 1 like this. Now go to style, and then there's just a few things we have to do here really. First of all, go to on general, go to classic, and then make the background color of this. Okay, let's see what's here. We want to get this ash color, so I'll click on my color picker. I'll click on pick. I'll choose this color. I will copy it, close this up, come here, and I'll just paste it in here. Okay, and then is there any border radius on this thing? No, there isn't, so we can leave that. Then I'll go to content. Okay, content, and then the background tab, I'll select classic, and I'll actually paste in the same color. All right, good. Now here I can do what, I can release the paddings. Okay, if you decrease the bottom padding, you're basically like decreasing the space at the bottom. So from the image to here, you're actually reducing the size of it. Okay, so let me just leave that as 0, and let's actually go. I want to give the image a border radius, so to do that, I think I'll go to meta. All right, let's go to meta and see. Let's give it a border radius of like 4. Okay, and as you can see, they've curved. Now if you want to change the color of the name or something like that, you would come over here and choose this color. You can change the color of the name and everything, but I want to change the color of this. Okay, we want to change the color of the name too. The name, let's make it ash. Okay, let's make it ash, or like deep ash. Okay, something like this. Then typography, go to family, select poppins, okay, and then change the width to 500. Now the job should be a bit more harsh. Change, go to typography, go to family, type in poppins, and then change the size of it to like 14. 14 is to be maybe like 13. Then change the width to like, let's see, 400. No, make it 500 rather. Okay, something like this. Then if you want to change the the title, or maybe you want to change the ratings color, you can go to let's see, social media. No, it's not here. Let's go to navigation and see. Let's go to pagination. It's not here. Let's go to content rather. Okay, go to content and then scroll down. You should see something like rating. Okay, yeah. So the rating color, just make it the theme color palette too, and then you are good to go like this. Then scroll up to you find title, and then choose the theme color palette 1. Go typography. The title font is popping, so that's cool. And the width, just change the width or the thickness to 500. Okay, now that you're done with this, you want to do this last block. But before we do that, go to pagination. Okay, and then the size of this, decrease it, decrease the, sorry, not pagination, navigation rather. Right, and the font size, decrease it to like 10. Give it a background color of the theme, the theme color palette. Give it the color itself should be the yellow. If you hover, okay, the blue color is fine. So there should be a way we can increase the box size. So you increase that from here. So just click on this to increase the box size. Right, so let's make it like 33 and give a border radius of like 6. Okay, so it curves in like this. Now the next thing you want to do is that you want to create this section, and it's going to be very simple. Click on the plus button, flexbox, and choose this dual-sided container. Okay, then go to advanced here, release the margins, give it a top margin of 70. Go to style, background type, select classic, click on choose image. The image that was used here is this one, so I will use this image here. And then, like as usual, go to position. Okay, change the position to center. So go to position, make it center, and go to display size, make it cover. All right, it has an overlay. Repeat here, make it no repeat. Okay, now it has an overlay, so you click on background overlay, background type classic, go to color, and you can drag this to the black section, and then you can just increase it a little bit. Now click on add element, and you want this here. We should have a white heading at the top somewhere here. I can actually just copy this, and I can scroll down and I can just paste it in here. One thing we forgot to do was that we forgot to make the width 1200. So let's do that right now. Then I will actually copy this heading here, and I'll just paste it in here. Okay, then I will go to style and I will left align it, and I will decrease the width and increase the line height. Okay, so the width should be 500, and I'll change the line height to 43 so that there's some space between the top and the bottom one. Now the last thing we want is our button, which says book now. So I'll scroll up and I'll actually find this button here. I'll copy it and I'll scroll down, and I can just like paste it in here. Okay, now there's one thing I can do. I can go to style and I can make the position be on like the far right, or I can make it be at the center, something like this. Okay, and then for the padding over here, it looks like our button is a bit bigger. Okay, so I will actually increase the top padding a bit to like 16. I'll increase the bottom one as well. Then I'll significantly increase the left and right to like 22 for maybe 24 for left and 24 for right. Now I'll select this container and then justify content. I'll make it center. All right. Now select this container, the main one here. Okay, we want to give some padding, so select it. Go to advanced, release the paddings. Give it a top padding of like 40, the bottom padding of 40. Let's see if that's okay. No, I think we need a bit more. So make the top 48, make the bottom 48, and then click on publish, and then don't give it any bottom margin. Okay, now with that, my friends, you are done building your home page. Okay, let's actually scroll down from the top and see what we're able to do so far. So as you can see, we've built our homepage. I'd like to congratulate you if you've watched this point. So now that we've done this, we should probably get started on our about page, but let's actually look at it like from top to bottom. And then as you can see, this is our page. Okay, so now if you want to create your about page, click on this and then go to, just click on this one here. Okay, and it's going to bring you to the about WordPress section. Now go to pages and then click on add a new page. We want to add in our about page, and to do that, here for the art title section, type in about and then template, select elemental full width. Okay, then click on publish. Okay, it says publishing, so click on publish, and then here right click and then open the page in a new tab. You can actually view the page through here. Okay, so I want to view the page in a new tab, and this is what the page is looking like. So if I want to edit it, I'll click on edit with Elementor. Now here, just click on page, or like I said, don't forget to be, paging your cache from time to time so that it doesn't use the old cache and show you old changes. Okay, let's wait for the Elementor page builder to load up. We can start building our about page. Alright, so now that the Elementor page builder is loaded up, we can start building our about page. And real quick, let me just go to the site and go to the about page so that we see what it looks like. Okay, so right now this is what the about page is looking like. Okay, so we have this main section at the top, so let's actually build this right now. So I will go here, then I'll click on this plus button, I'll select a flexbox and choose a vertical container here. Now I want to increase the width of this vertical container a little to like 469. Okay, now go to style and I want to add in this background. So just go to style, background type, select classic and click on image to choose an image. Alright, then I'll click on this image here, about us image. I'll click on select. Right, now we have our image in. Okay, so position, just select center and display size, select cover so it covers the whole area. Now go to background overlay and then background type, select classic, and then you should make this color black. Okay, you can give it any overlay color, but I want mine to be black right now. And then I'll just increase this a little bit. All right, I want the image to still like stand out. All right, so something like 0.64. Now let's add in our title. So I'll drag in the heading inside. I think the heading says about us, something like that. Okay, so I'll type that in, I'll center align it, and then on the text color section, I'll click on the color and I'll drag it to white. Now I'll go to the size and I'll make it like 45. Okay, so like it should be quite big, so it looks big enough. Now select this container and then I'll go to layout. Okay, now for the justify content, I'll select center, and then for the line items, I'll select center as well, so that now it becomes like this. All right, and one thing about text when they are in capital, a nice design style is to increase the word or letter spacing. So I'll go to letter spacing. I'll just drag this a bit. As you can see, the letters are being spaced out like this. Okay, now click on add element. Let's build this section next. Okay, so to build it, I can click on this plus button, click on flexbox, and I'll choose this dual-sided container. All right, here. Now I'll change the width to 1200, which is something we should have done for this container here as well. So I'll change it. Now I'll come back here, and then we need this text. So if you go to our home page, you should have something like similar. All right, so what I can do is I can right click on this and copy it. Now I'll come here to my about page and right click and then paste it in, and to just bring the text in. So this text says who we are, so I can copy that and paste that in. If I wanted to change the color, I'll go to style, and then here I can just drag this towards the ash section, so something like this light color here. Okay, now what's next? This title, we can copy this title from our home page here. So just right click and copy it, come to about page, and I'll just right click and then paste in the title and to come below. So I'll copy what it says here, I'll come to my page and I'll just come and paste it in. Okay, now over here, let me see, it's the text size is smaller, so I'll click on this and I'll click on typography, and the size you can make it like 40. Okay, 40, good. Now let's get a description. So I can actually just copy the description here on the home page, come to my about page, right click and paste. As you can see, our description is in. So I'll copy what it says here and I'll just like select everything and then hit Ctrl+Shift+V on my keyboard to paste it as plain text. Okay, now click on add element and I'll drag a container below this. All right, now for this container, go to advanced and then just release the padding so that it has no default paddings. Then go to style and then find border. Okay, find border, and the border type, select solid, and then click on this. Okay, now go to the left border and give it a left border of like 6. 6 is too small, give it like 10. All right, now here on border color, make this the theme color palette 2. I think 10 is too big, let's make it like 8. Okay, now that we have that in, we should get this same description. So to do that, I can actually just right click and copy the description, and right click and paste it here. It's like a quote. Okay, so now that I have that in, the last thing I need is a heading. It's a heading. So I'll go to my about page, I'll click on add element, and I can drag in a heading below here. Okay, now I'll just type in my name, maybe Jason Kenya, or like this. Now I'll go to style, text color, I'll make that our theme color, and then go to typography. And if I look at this, the thickness or the weight is quite like small, so I will decrease that. So sorry, leave the family, then I'll make the size like 25. 25 is too big, like 15. Okay, and I'll go to weight and make it like, let's see, 600. Let me look here. I think, yeah, let's leave it like this. And then I'll go here and I'll just make the color like ash. Okay, maybe a little bit more ash, like this. Now I'll select this container and I will release the gaps. I'll go to layout and release the gaps between the elements and give them a row gaps of like 10. Now I'll go to advanced, and then I will look at the left padding and give a left padding of like 10 as well, because there is some spaces, so 10 is fine. So now you're going to want these like counters. Okay, so one way you can do this is you can click on add element and you can just drag in a container right here. And if, sorry, not inside the container, let me just drag it outside, inside the main one. Okay, one thing is you can actually leave it inside. If you find it difficult to like drag it outside, then you can just look at the container here. Right, so just drag it outside of this container, so like somewhere here, and it's going to come below. It should come below once you do that. Okay, it comes to the side. Hold on, let me decrease, let me close this, all of these. So if I click on that, this is the container. I want this container to be inside this one, so I'll open it up and I'll drag it inside this container, and it should come below now. Okay, as you can see, it's below. All right, so if you go back to our home page, we created these counters just like over here. So what we can do is that we can copy this counter, and then we can come to our about page and then just paste in the counter. Okay, now right now we should change the colors first of all. Okay, because we want to see what's there actually. So go to style, go to number, and then make the text color this color. Okay, and then go to title and then make the text color like an ash color like this. Okay, just drag it here. Now go to typography, change the weight to like 500, and then change the size to like maybe 17 or something. Now go to counter, and then I think the title gap and the number gap is okay. Now if I go back here, I want to left align these. How will I do this? I will go to number position and I'll click on start, and then title position, I'll click on title horizontal alignment, so I'll click on start. Okay, and now I can select this container. Let me go to advanced and then release all default paddings. Okay, now if I wanted these ones, or if I wanted, let me show how to change them and then get more. So I'll click on this, I'll go to content, I'll make the ending number 15, and as you can see, it has changed to 15 just like this. If I wanted to change this to our services, I'll go here, the trusted client section, the title section over here. I'll type in our services, and as you can see, it has come there. So if I wanted more of this, I didn't want to create all over and over again, I'll select this container, I'll go to layouts, and I'll make it a horizontal container so that when I add another one, it will be sitting by it, it won't go below. So I right click and duplicate. Now right click and duplicate again. So now as you can see, we have 3. Now we want some spacing between all the 3. So you select the container, okay, click on it, and then you go to gaps. Okay, gaps, and you can give them a column gaps of like 50 or maybe like 70 or something. 70, 70, let's try like 100. Okay, column gaps of like 100 looks fine. And then if I want to add in this button, so if I go to my home page, I should have a similar button here. So I can right click and copy the button, come to my about page, and then just right click and then paste the button. Okay, so it come below. Now this button says call us now, so I'll just type in call, sorry, not at the link section, at the text section, I'll type in call us now. Okay, so now we have this section ready. Now I want my image here. How will I get that? I'll click on this container, go to style, then I'll go to background type classic. I'll click on choose image. Okay, and then the image over there is this one. So I'll click on select. Then position should be center. Display size should be cover. Okay, then you have it like this. Now you can select this main container here. Okay, the container that everything is in. Then go to advanced and give it a top margin of 70 so that there's some spacing between the first and second sections. Then go to layout and then release, give it a column gaps of like 30. Okay, so now there's some spacing between both sections. Then you can publish this. Now we have our about section ready. So how will you create this section here? This is very simple. All you have to do is click on this plus button, click on flexbox and add a vertical container. Okay, then change the width to 1200 and then go to advanced and then give it a top margin of 70. Now go to style and then we want to give it a background, right? So background type, we'll click on classic, then we'll go to image, and the image over there is this one. Okay, so I'll click on select. Now on the position, I'll type in center there, and then the space size, I'll type in cover. Okay, then I'll go to layout, and then one thing I want to do is I want to make the image a bit longer, so I'll increase the minimum height here. This is actually too long, something like this. Now I'll go to style, and then the attachments, select fixed. Okay, select fixed. So when you scroll, as you can see, now you have that parallax effect. Okay, then just go to background overlay, and then what's background overlay, and then here select classic, and then the color, drag this to black. Okay, and then I think let's make it just a bit darker. Okay, like 0.6. Let's make it like 0.60. Okay, something like this. Now we want this section that we have here on it. How will we get that? Really simple. Just click on this plus button, click on flexbox, and click on a vertical container. Right now you have your vertical container. Change the width again to 1200, or actually, you know what, just leave the width on default. Okay, don't type in anything. Go to add element. Okay, and drag in another container inside here, just like this. Now what you want to do is that you want to go to style, and then you want to go to classic and want to give it a background color of our default theme color palette. Then go to border and give it a border radius of 6. Now so that we can curve the edges. Okay, so now click on add element and then just drag in a text editor, a heading, sorry, inside. Then I can copy all of this description over here. So let me actually like try and copy everything. Okay, it's not allowing me to copy it. So okay, let me actually select everything and copy it. I'll come here and then just paste it in. Okay, now as you can see, it's here. Now I'll go to style, I'll center align it, I'll change the color to white. Then let's see, the weight is too much. I'll go to typography and I'll change the weight to like 600. Okay, and the size can be maybe 40. All right, now let me see, the impeccable is on the same line. Okay, we can leave that for now. Select this container. Okay, then go to advanced. All right, then go to padding, then give it a top padding of like, let me see here, 30, and the bottom, no, 30 is even too small, like 40, and the bottom pattern of the same 40. Okay, and then go to select this main container and then give it a width of 1200. Okay, then select the text and then let's actually decrease the size of it to like 35. Good. Okay, now let's increase it a bit more to like maybe 38. Then we'll select this container here. Okay, then release the margins and then start giving it a negative margin to like shift it up. Okay, so let's try negative 50. Sorry, not negative 50, too small. Let's try negative 90. Okay, as you can see, now we have it lying on the top, but over here we don't have it like that close. All right, so we can actually give it like maybe negative 60 or something. Yeah, something like this, or maybe let's try negative 50 rather. Okay, Then select this. Okay, we're on that container anyway. So I think the paddings is too much. So you can give it 30 top, 30 bottom. You can click on publish. And one thing you should keep doing is publishing your changes. And if you want to preview the changes you've made so far, you can click on this eye icon, preview changes here, and to bring it to your about page. As you can see, we have our main section, then we have our second section that we just created, then we have this image with the section here. So now the next one I'll be creating is this one. Really simple. Just come to your page here, scroll down, hit the plus button, then over here select the vertical container. Okay, select this container here, and when that loads up, go to advanced, click on advanced, click on margin, and let's give this some space. So yeah, we'll make the top margin 70. Okay, now click on this to go to your add element section, and we have this heading here, this main heading, and then a description. So we can actually go to our about page and then scroll up, and then we can copy this subheading. So we just right click on it and then copy it. And you can scroll down to your container and right click and paste it in. Then all you have to do is just go to you just have to change what it says. So it says white choosers. So I'll just paste that in. I'll go to style, center align everything. I'll select this container, the main container we just added, and I'll make the width 1200. Now I'll go back to my about page, and then the next thing is a heading like this. So I'll right click and copy this heading, and I'll scroll down and right click and then paste it. And it says our work value, so I can actually just copy what it says and then paste it in. Okay, and then I'll go to style, I'll center align it. Then it's a bit more thicker, so the width I'll make mine 700. Okay, to become thick like this. Now I want a description. How will I get that? I can right click and copy this description here, and then just paste it in. It's actually called a text editor. All right, so I'll go to style and I can center align this. Now we need to create this block, and it's not that difficult. So if you want to create it, all you need to do is just go to add element, and then drag in a container like below here. Now make this container horizontal, release the default gaps, to go to advanced and click on this chain icon to release the paddings. Okay, now click on add element. You can drag in one container inside. Now you can do one thing, you can right click on that container and then duplicate till you get 3 containers. Okay, so I'll just right click on this container and duplicate. Now I've gotten 3. Now I want to add in an icon box or icon boxes. So I'll click on this to add an element, and on the search widget section I'll just type in icon box. Okay, and I'll drag this one in. Now what does this say? We have this icon with this text, so I'll actually copy the heading here. Okay, and I'll just paste in the heading, and I'll copy the description as well, and I'll paste in the description. Then I want the icon, I want to change the icon, so I'll click on this icon, and here I'll search for snowflake. Okay, snowflake, and then I'll insert this icon in. Now I'll go to style, and the alignment of everything is fine. It's just colors and sizes we have to change. So I'll go to icon, and I'll actually change the size of this. I'll go to box, and I'll decrease the content spacing to like 7. And let me see the icon spacing to, I think ours is a bit big, so I'll decrease that a little bit as well to like 6 or something. Now I'll go to icon again, and I'll start editing the size. I'll make it like 59. Now I'll go to content, and the color for, click on this, select the color, and I'll choose this color here. And then here it has less width, and then the size is also a bit smaller. So what I can do is that I can make the width 600 and then the size maybe 25 or something. Okay, let me see. Okay, the width is, we'll make it like 700, and then it doesn't look similar. Yeah, it looks similar. So let's check the size as well. The size, let me see, 30, no, 25 was fine. 25 was fine. One thing we can do, if we want this heading to like drop down, we can actually use a self-closing tag, which is less than sign BR greater than sign, and it's going to go down like this. Okay, now you can go back to style, you can go to content, and you can select this and go to line height and make it like 30. Okay, now for the description, you can leave that the way it is. I don't think it looks like that bad. Okay, we can actually leave that the way it is, and then we can just right click and copy this, and then we can paste it in all of them. Okay, and if you want to change one, I'm sure you know how to do it by now. And if you like to add a little design touch to it, you could use your navigator here. Okay, and then you can, let's say, select one of the containers with the icon boxes inside them. Hold on, let me scroll down. Hey, maybe this container over here, and you could add in, let's actually give it some padding first of all. Okay, so I can go to advanced, I can release the paddings, give it a top padding of maybe 20, bottom of 20, and that's good. Then I can go to style, and over on border. Okay, on border, you can just click on this to give it like a box shadow. Okay, then what you do is that you use this slider to decrease the intensity of the box shadow, the color. Okay, so just a little design tip for you guys. And you can publish it. You can actually right click and copy this. Okay, and then right click and paste the star on all the containers with the icon boxes in them. So I can paste the star here, and this container rather, and I can also paste the style here. Okay, and now I can select the main container, and maybe I want some spacing between them, right? So I can go to layout, and I can give them a column gaps of like 20. Okay, then all I have to do is click on publish, and I have this section ready. Now let's create this, like this section here. To do that, click on this plus button and click on flexbox, and then choose a vertical container again. Okay, and once you do that, go to advanced, and then release the margins and give it a top margin of 70, and then go to layout and then change the width to 1200. Okay, now go to this page. We have a main heading and a description, so I can actually copy this heading here. I can scroll down and then paste it in, and I think it says meet the team, so I'll actually just copy this and then I'll paste it in here. Now I'll copy the description as well, and I will paste it below. Right click and paste it below, and I'll just copy all these dummy text I have here, and I'll select everything, hit Ctrl Shift V on my keyboard to paste it as plain text. And then I'll go to advanced, and then I will, on the width, I'll select custom. Okay, and I'll start dragging this myself until I have a desired width. So let me look at the site. So here is, everything is on 2 lines, so I can keep increasing the width like this until I get everything on 2 lines, and I can just change the align self to center. Then I'll get it like this. Okay, now I can go to add elements, and let's say I wanted I'll drag in a container here. Okay, I'll drag in a container right below here, and I'll make it horizontal. Now I can drag in another container inside, and I can duplicate to get 3 containers. Okay, so right click and duplicate, and then right click and duplicate again till you get 3 containers like this. Now what you want to do is you want to select this main container, go to advanced, and then you can just release like the paddings. Okay, so that it's completely stretched. Now you can click on add element, and you can search for this element, team. Okay, search for team, and then as you can see, you have team member by royal add-ons, so you can drag that in here. All right, now let me show you how to do one of them. So I can click on choose image here. Let's say I want this man as the image, so I'll select the man here. Okay, and then I will, if I want to change his name, I can type in a name. So maybe I can type in Jason Kenya like this. Right, and then there's a job, but there's no like description, so I can click on this to clear the description from there, and it will go. I can click on this to clear the divider, and it will go as well. Then we'll have just this. And if you wanted to change the social media, you can click on social media, and you can click on this to change the social media icon over there, and then you can type in your social media URL, and you can choose whether to open those links in a new tab. And with this, you can choose to disable or enable the social media icons at all. All right, now let's go to style, and let's actually change this section up. So I can do one thing. I can the image width should be at 100. Okay, so I can go to content, and then there should be something like content background. Yes, over here. So on color, I can choose this color here. Okay, and then let's scroll down. We can actually change the padding of this. So we can decrease the bottom pattern from like 50 to like 30. Okay, to make it smaller. Maybe increase the top one to like 26. Okay. And the name color is white. Okay, so we can change the name color to white. And then it's a little bit more bold, or okay, no, it's okay, let's leave it like that. And then the job color is the yellow color. Okay, and that one is a bit more bold and bigger, so I can actually change the size to like 15, which is way too big, like 14. And I can make the weight 500. Okay, now I want to change the icon, so I can go to social media, and when I have you see we have this effect. So how will we get that? First of all, the color, okay, the background color should be this yellow color, and then the normal color should be the blue color, like that. All right, then the border color should be the yellow color. Then scroll down to find border radius, and then make that 6. Okay, so that become straight on all sides. And you can increase the gutter to like increase the spacing between them. Now that you have this, you might want to get your hover style now. So I can make the border width 2. Okay, make the border width 2. Then I can go to hover, and then the background color, I can actually make it transparent. Okay, then the color of the text, I can make it this color, and the border color, I can make it this color as well. So that when we hover, we get this effect. And the transition duration, make it like 0.4. Okay, make it like 0.4. So when we hover, it gets like it stays a little before it changes. Now if you want, you can just right click and copy this, and then right click and paste it in all of the sections here. And if you wanted to change it, I'm sure you know how to. I can't show you because the video is getting quite long, but we have to build the contacts in the gallery page. Okay, so one more thing we should do before we end here is we can select this container, go to advanced, and give it a bottom margin of 60. Now click on publish, so that by the time we create our footer, we have this space. Okay, so click on publish, and then you can actually come and view your about page. So I can scroll down here. Okay, as you can see, we are done with our about page. Now let's say I wanted to build a contact page, right? So I'll click on this, right click and open my dashboard in a new tab. And let me just close this up, I don't need it again. And now that I'm on my dashboard, I can go to pages, and I can click on add new page. Now over here, I'll type in contacts as the page title. All right, I'll type in contact. For the template here, I'll select the Elementor full weight template. Now click on publish. Okay, I'll click on publish again. So let's start editing the page right now because the video is getting a bit long. So I'll click edit with Elementor, and then it's going to take me over to my Elementor page builder. We can start building our contact page. So now that the Elementor page builder is loaded up, we can start building our contact page. So I'll actually go to the site and I'll click on contact, so we can actually view our contact page and what we are going to be creating right now. So as you can see, this is our contact page here. So let's actually build this right now. I can actually go to my about page here, and I can scroll up and I can copy this whole section. So I can right click and copy. I can go to my contact page and right click and then paste it in from here. Okay, now if I wanted to change it up, all I'll do is I'll go to style, and I want to change the background, right? So I'll go to style and I'll click on this to choose an image, and I'll just choose this one here. And then it says contact us, so I can just type that in on contact us. Contact us like this. Now I want to create this section. How would I do it? I can actually go to my about page and scroll down to this place, and I can right click and copy. Okay, I can copy this, and I can come to my contact page and then right click and then just like paste it in. Okay, now over here I don't want any box shadows on my containers because it will interfere with my style. These are the box shadows that you are seeing. Okay, so if I want to change that, I can actually select this container here. I can go to style, and then I can go to border. Okay, and then you're going to find this icon by the box shadow. You can just click back to default, and I can right click and copy, and right click and then paste on all of them. Sorry, right click and then paste style. So this was a mistake. Let me just right click and delete it. and I can right click and paste down all of them. So I can use my navigator or structure to select the main container here. Okay, then I will just make the column gaps like 0, right? Now you select this main container here and then go to style, and then background type, select classic, select default, and then choose this color. Now what you want to do is you want to select this one here, this icon box, go to style, go to content, and then you want to change the colors of these. So if I wanted to change the colors, all I have to do is just, click on this, drag the color to white, click on color here, and make the color white as well, and then that's how it would be. So if I wanted to change it to something like this, how would I do it? So first things first, it has an icon and it has the description, so I can actually copy this description and then just paste it here. And then it has, this title, so I can paste in the title as well. And then for it says map, okay, so I can actually, the icon is called a map, okay, so I can actually insert a map icon over here. And then if I want some spacing between everything, for the icon spacing I can type in like 15. For the content space I can type in like 15 as well. Okay, then I'll have like this spacing that you are seeing between everything. So if you wanted, you can actually just right click and delete this one here, and just right click, copy, and then just right click and then paste it in. Okay, and let me tell you the names for the icons. This one is a phone icon, and this one is an envelope or an envelope icon. Okay, so I'm sure you can change the rest yourself. All right, so let's go and then create this section. So to do that, I'll go to my contact page, I'll click on the plus button, I'll click on flexbox, and I'll choose let me see, the vertical container. Okay, and I'll actually just right click and copy this title. I'll come here to this container, then I'll change the weight to 1200. I'll go to advanced and I'll give it a top margin of 70. All right, now I can just right click and then paste in the title. And if I wanted the divider over there, I can just drag a divider below here. I can change the width of the divider to 13. I can go to style, I can decrease the gap, and I can make the color, the global color here. I can make the width to, let me actually make the width 10. All right, now center align it, and as you can see, so this says we will love to hear from you. So I can actually copy this, I can just paste it in here, and then we are good to go. So the next thing you want to do is you want to drag in a container right below here. Then you want to release, let me see, you want to, okay, you don't want to release the gaps, you want to make it horizontal. Okay, then you can click on add element and then drag in another container inside and right click and duplicate till you get 2 containers. Okay, now you can click on add element, and the first element you want to add is a map. Okay, so just drag in a map over here, and then you can type in your location here and then change the height and then the zoom and everything. So we'll do that after I build our form. So click on this to add an element and then search for this form, met form. Okay, so I search for met form like this, and I just drag in this here over here. I'll show you how to build this form really quickly, but if you want to learn how to build an in-depth form, which I recommend you learn how to do because it's very important for your hotel website, and link it to SMTP so you can start sending and receiving mails on your site as well. You can go to my channel, scroll down to you find actually you can go to the video section over here. Okay, so go to the video section, then you just scroll down to you find this video here, and I'll teach you everything in that video. All right, so let's go back and click on edit form, and then here we can click on edit form again, but yeah, give the form a name. We'll type in form 1. All right, then we'll click on edit form. So now our form is loading with the Elementor page builder. So let's give it a few minutes to load up. All right, now so the Elementor page builder is loaded up and we can start building our form. So here, let's start real quick. Click on plus, click on flexbox, and choose a vertical container like this. All right, now when you have that, don't change anything, just go to add element, and the first thing you want to do is you want to search for text. Okay, search for text, and then you're going to find this one over here. So just drag in the text here. Now this says name. Okay, so click on this to disable the label, this on top here, and then for the text, for the name, just type in name, type in name, and then the placeholder text, type in name as well. All right, now I'll go to style, and then let's actually style this up. So one thing we can do is we can change the paddings of the placeholder. So you can give each side 20 20 20 20. Okay, but maybe we want to decrease the bottom and then the top. So maybe we want to decrease those to like 15 or something. Yeah, maybe 15 or something like this. Okay, now we can do one thing for the inputs. Let's say I go here, the input, let's say I type in my name Jason, so it's black and it's popping. So let me type in my name here and see how it appears. So let's change that. Go to typography and then weight, select 500. Okay, and then just increase the letter spacing a little bit, and then change the size to like 18 or something. 18 is even to be like 17. All right, now that you have this in, you can go to placeholder text and then make it a bit more like, ash. Okay, a bit more ash, something like this. And then go to typography and we'll change the size later. Now this says email, so to add that, click on add elements and search for email. Okay, and then drag in an email below this. Now what you can do is you can click on this to disable the label. Here just type in email, type in email, and then right click and copy this, and then just right click and then paste style. Okay, now you have it like this. Now the next one, it says subject, so I can search for text again, and then I can drag this one here, and then for this I'll click on disable. Yeah, I'll type in subject, and then placeholder text, I'll type in subject again like this. Then I'll right click and copy here, and I'll right click and then paste the style. Now I want the last one, which is this space for a message. So just search for text area and then drag in one below here. And then I'll click on this disable my label, and then here I'll just type in message. And then I can type in message again. Now if you want to make one of these fields required so that if the person who is filling the form doesn't fill that spot, they can't proceed or they can't send the form or send a message, you will just select it and then you will scroll down till you find, you would come here and then you go to content and you scroll down till you find settings. Okay, and make this required. Okay, just make it required, and then it's going to bring some little icon. It should bring an icon. Okay, if the person doesn't fill it, they'll get a warning message. Okay, they can't send it. Now click on this to add an element, and then just search for submit. Okay, search for submit, and you can drag in a submit button below this. Now you use this to just make the submit button something like this. Okay, now this says just drag it in. It says send message, so we can type in send message. Okay, send message, and then we'll use this again to make it a bit longer. Right, good. Now we can go to style, and then let's actually edit the size of the button. So we will do one thing, would increase the top and bottom padding of the button, and then we'll increase the right and then left padding just a bit more. Okay, if it's not showing up, just drag this, and then as you can see, it has increased. So I'll scroll down, and then on background type, I'll select classic. The normal background color, I'll select this color. Then the hover background color, I'll select the yellow color. Right, so then I'll have it like this, just like over here. Then I can go to border. Let me go to border. Okay, the border, everything is fine. I can go to shadow, and I'll click on this and click on this to take away all shadows. All right, now you can click on publish here, and then here you can click on update and close, and it should bring your form over here. But over here, our button is a bit too, like, it's not good. So I'll click on edit form, and I'll click on edit form again. Let's actually fix the button. So to fix it, you would click on this. Okay, then go to advanced. All right, then you can just increase the custom width, so increase it a bit more to like maybe 29 or something. Then click on update and close. If it still appears like that, all you have to do is keep increasing the width, and it's going to change. Okay, I can't do that right now because the video is getting too long, but that's how you would fix this. Okay, so the last thing is we want to make this in line, so I can select the map and I can just increase the height from here till it's in line with the button. Okay, if I wanted to change the location, maybe I can type in another location. Just type in any location you want and then it should change. All right, you can also change in the zoom so that you can get rid of the C which is showing over here. That will just show like the map. So now I can click on publish. Then I am basically done building my contact page. And there's one thing I want us to do. I want us to select this and then release the gaps and give it a column gaps of just like 10. Okay, now select this container and then go to advanced and give it a bottom margin of 60 and click on publish. So that when we create this section, there'll be some space. All right, so you can click on this to preview your changes. Okay, you can preview your changes. As you can see, this is your contact page over here. And then the last page you're going to want to create is the gallery page. Okay, so to do that, I'll click on this and I'll go to my dashboard, and then I will go to pages and I'll click on add new page. Right, so over here I'll type in gallery, and then the template I'll select the Elementor full width and I'll click on publish here. I'll click on publish. Okay, so when it's done, immediately we are going to start editing. So yeah, I'll click on edit with Elementor and let's just wait for the Elementor page builder to load up. All right, so now that's loaded up, let's start building the gallery page. So I can actually scroll up here and let me just click on gallery so I can view our gallery page. So this is it. All right, so to create this, all you have to do is just go to your contacts page, and then I actually feel like we should increase the width of this a little. Okay, so go to layout and then just increase like the minimum height. Sorry, not the width, the height. Just increase the minimum height a little. All right, so like it's 596. Then you can right click and copy this and go to your gallery page and just right click and then paste in the section. Now I can change this text to gallery. Sorry, I can change it to gallery like this. Now I can go to style, and if I want to change the background image, I'll select this main container. I'll go to style, and then on image I'll click on choose image and I'll just select this one, and then as you can see my background has changed. So now if I wanted to add this section, I will just click on this, click on flexbox, and I'll choose a vertical container. All right, then here I'll change the weight to 1200 and I'll go to advanced and change the top margin to 70. Now I will go to the contact page and I can actually just copy this heading from here. So I'll right click and copy the heading, come to this page, right click and paste the heading. And what does it say? It says we await you here at Savvy Hotel. So I'll cancel this and I'll just copy this here and I'll just paste it in. And then I will change the width. So I'll go to style and I can go to typography and I can make the width 600. Okay, so make it lighter. Then I'll right click and copy the divider. Now just right click and paste the divider. Now if I wanted to get the gallery, all I have to do is go to add element and search for gallery. Okay, then I'm going to find the image, this one by Royal Add-ons. So just drag it like below, drag it below. Sorry, drag it below here. Good. So once it's there, you can, it's going to appear like this. We don't want it to appear like that, so you can make the selection manual. Okay, then you can actually choose your own images. So if I click on the plus button, now I can add my own image. Let me see the images that are there. This one, and that one. So I can select let me see, this image, the image again, then the restaurant, then the gym. So this image here, the gym, and then these two lastly. So I can select this one and then this one. Okay, so now I can probably add this image and maybe this one as well. So when I click on create a new gallery and I click on insert gallery, then these are going to be added to my page, as you can see. So on every, like, I want to display 3 on every column. So how will I do that? I'll go to layout. I want to display 3 columns, sorry. So I'll click on 3 and then I should have it displaying like this. Okay, but this image, the weight is not like matching, so I can just, let me just delete the image from there. So I can actually just click on this to get rid of it, and I can click on insert gallery. All right, now I can go to layouts, and I think if you wanted to change the vertical gutter, you can increase this, and that will increase this space that you see there. Okay, if you want to change the horizontal gutter, you can increase it, and that will change the horizontal spacing between the images, as you can see. So when I hover, it's just that icon that comes on it. So I can go to elements. Okay, I can go to elements. Then I can actually get rid of the title. So I'll click on that to close up the title. Then we just have this on it. Okay, so this is basically the gallery page. That's all that's there for now. And then the last part is this section. Okay, so together I can go to my home page, scroll down, I can right click and actually copy this section. And I can come to my gallery page and I can right click and then paste in the section. All right, so now that I have this section pasted in, I can go to style. Sorry, let me actually change the text first. So I can go to style, I can make the text color this color, and I can make the width like 600. Change okay, then the line height is fine. Maybe I'll increase the size a bit more. Maybe I'll make the line height like 47. All right, then I can select this like background, and then I'll go to I'll actually click on this to delete the image from there. Now click on this to just like, I'll click on this and I'll actually add in a color, and I'll make the color transparent. Okay, why is, let's click on publish right now. Go to background overlay. Yes, I see why this is happening. Go to background overlay and then click on this here. Okay, and then it's going to go away. So here you can click on publish, and then you are basically downloading your gallery page now. So the last thing you want to do is you want to go to background again, and then you want to give it like a subtle ash color. Okay, so you just drag this to this like here. And you can just drag this up to get like a very subtle ash color, something like this. Then you can click on publish. Okay, now that we are downloading all our pages, if you go to our site over here, you can see that we have this beautiful menu, and I want to show you guys how to create it. Okay, so I can click on this, and I can click on this to preview my changes. Now if I want to create a menu, first thing I have to do is I have to click on this, and I have to go to my dashboard. Okay, and then I want us to actually go to appearance, hover on appearance, and then open menus in a new tab. But before we do that, I'll go to settings and then go to general. Let's actually get our fav icon. Okay, so go to settings and go to general, and then I created all of these using a site called Canva, so you can go to canva.com and get yours for free. So and if you also want to learn how to use Canva to like create those stuff, if you go to my YouTube channel, I have this video here. I even teach Canva inside, so it's like basically a full course on helping you build your own professional WordPress website for your business. Don't forget to check this video out. Okay, I put a lot of work into it, and I'm sure it will provide you with all the knowledge you need. All right, let's go back. Sorry, let me go back here, and I'll go to the menu section, and then I'll go here and I'll click on set as site icon. Okay, now I'll click on crop image, and then I'll scroll down and click on save changes. So it should bring in the fav icon for me over here. As you can see, we have our fav icon now. So I'll go to menus, and I can give it a new name. I can type maybe main menu or something. I can click on create menu. If you check the order is home, about, book now, contact, gallery, our rooms, and then booking detail. Okay, so I'll go to view all, home, about, book now, then it says contact, gallery, our rooms, and then booking detail. So contacts, gallery, our rooms, and booking details. So I'll click on add to menu. All right, once I do that, I have all these pages added. I can click on save menu, and I was going to save the menu. So over here from appearance, I'll just click on customize. Then we're going to go to the customizer. That's where we can actually change our menu. So let me close this up and just leave the about page open. All right, I'll click on publish. Don't forget to be publishing your changes. So I'll just close this up here. Now I'll go to customize, and now I want to actually get our menu to look like what's over here. So what I can do is that I can, first of all, I can click on this here. Okay, and it's going to bring me over here. So we don't have any search bar there, so I can just click on this to get rid of the search bar. And then on the menu, I'll click on menu, Then I'll change the menu, the default menu to main menu. Okay, so I'm going to bring in only our menu links. Then I'll click on this to get to the main row. Then I'll decrease the height of the main row to something like this. Okay, then I will select the main row again, and then I can actually, sorry, I'll go back here and I'll go to headers. Now I'll click on global header and I'll select the transparent functionality. Okay, now over here I'll click on edit conditions. I want it to display on the home, about, contact and gallery page, but I don't want it to display on the book now, the gallery, or the book now, the gallery, the booking detail, the booking related pages. Okay, so I'll go to the customizer and then I will click on add display condition. All right, and I'll click on exclude, and then over here I'll scroll down until I find specific. Okay, look for specific, and then here I'll click on page ID, and here I can just choose the page I want to exclude it from. So here, let me do that real quick. I'll do it for the book now page. Add, now scroll down, exclude, now scroll down until I find specific. I'll click on page ID, and I don't want to display it on the double rooms page as well. Add, exclude, I'll scroll down until I find specific, and here I'll choose page ID, and I don't want to display it on the arms page. And then lastly, I'll scroll down, click on exclude, and scroll down till I find specific page ID, and I don't want to display it on the your booking detail page. All right, so I can click on save conditions, and it will display it on those pages. So now let's actually change this to our logo. So our logo is this logo here. So I'll click on this, and then I will click on this to disable the site title. I'll click on this to select my logo, which I created with Canva, which you guys can create as well. So you see logo transparent.png. So just click on select, and the logo is going to come over here. You can use this to adjust the height if you like. So this is for the logo, when it's select this again, okay, and actually choose this logo here. Make it this logo, non-transparent. And then for the transparent logo, select the logo transparent here, right? Okay, then click on publish. All right, now select these menu details here, and then we want to change the colors. So the item space, if you want to increase the spacing between them, you can use this slider here, if you wanted to. So I'll go to design, and you can actually change the styles over here. So if I click on this, it will change the hover style, something like this. If I click on this, if I choose this style, it will make it like this. If I choose this style, it will make it like this. So let me just go with type 1. Okay, now I'll go to design, and then for the family, for the transparent state, the initial color should be white. Okay, transparent state, the initial color, drag it to white, and then the hover color, let's see, the hover color, make it, click on this and then choose this yellow color, and it will also change to become the active color. Then just click on publish, and as you can see, they've changed. So you can actually click on this, and then you can make the size like 13. Okay, and then you can just select the weight, and then make the weight like 600. So scroll up till you find semi bold 600, and then go back, and then the letter spacing, you can increase that a bit. Sorry, that's way too much. Oh god, let's make it, change this from em to pixels. Okay, then just start increasing slowly. So let me actually decrease that a bit. Let's make it like maybe 2. Okay, 2 is too much, like 1. Okay, let's make it like 1. Good. Now that we have that there, the next thing we want to do is that we want this top section, that header section there. Okay, so the custom structure, you can make this boxed. Okay, you can make this boxed. We don't want it full width. Now let's go to top row. So first of all, we want to create this top row with these social icons. So go back here and search for socials, and then drag it here. Okay, then the next thing is the button. So drag the button here. Now select the top row and then make it boxed. Okay, make it boxed, and then we can do one thing. We can increase the row minimum height a bit to like 77. You can go to design, and then the border transparent state, just select this one, and then the border width can be 1, but the color of the border can be like this color here. And just drag this to decrease the transparency of the border to like over here. Okay, now that you have that done, you can click on this to add in your social icons. So if I click here, I can click on this plus button, and as you can see, I can choose from this list, and then once I choose, I can just click plus and it will be added. Okay, so I can click on publish for now, and then you can actually increase or decrease the icon height, the icon size, and then you can increase or decrease the icon spacing, and the icon color, just keep that on custom. If you have a, becomes a yellow color. So transparent state, make the icons white, okay, and then on hover, make them the yellow color. Okay, now we want to do something about our button, so I will click on it, and then here the label text, I'll just type in book now. If you wanted to link it, all you have to do is just go to your site and go to the book now page. Okay, go to the book now page, and once you do that, you can just copy here and then just, so I can actually just copy the link here, and I can come back and then I can just go to the link or URL and then just paste it in. All right, now I can click the button start, select ghost. Okay, then let's actually change it to look something like that. So transparent state, the initial color, if I change this, it becomes the color of the text. So make it white. Okay, make it white, and then make the hover is still white. So yeah, the hover is still white, so make the hover still white. That's for the label text color. Then transparent state, the background, scroll down, yeah, the background, let's see the background color on normal. The border color will be like this, and the hover will be like this. Perfect. Now that we have this done, you can click on publish. Okay, and it's going to make the changes for you. So let's go to our home page. If I click on home, I can actually view, as you can see, this is it. If I go to our about page, then we have our header. If I go to our contacts page, then we have our header there as well. Okay, so now that we have this done, I want to show you how to if I go to my site here and I go to the book now page, the one we're actually trying to build from, you are going to see that the header is a bit different here. Then we have this style before we have this. Unlike if I go to our book now page on our current site, it's just plain like this. Okay, if I wanted to edit this, I can just click on book now over here, and it will take me to the book now page, and that will give me access to view what our header is looking like. Okay, so let's change that to look something like this. So first of all, select the social icons, go to design, and then the normal color, the default color should be this color, and then the hover color can be the blue color. Okay, then we want to change the button, so we can, okay, the button, I think the button is fine. Then we want to change the border, so select the top row, we'll go to design, and then the border, the bottom border on default state, it should be like this, and then you can leave it the way it is. Okay, now you want to change this, right? I think right now this, yeah, it looks fine, it looks quite similar to what we have there. But if you wanted to change the colors, you can select this, you can go to design, and the transparent, sorry, the default state, you can make it this color. Okay, and to be something like this. Then you can click on publish. So now the question is, how did I get this to, you know, how did I do it on this book now page? Okay, so I'll show you how to do it for the book now page, and you can then do it for your rooms page, and then your booking detail page, and all those other pages which are like related. Okay, so let me show you how to do it for the book now page. I can go here and I can click on edit page. Okay, so when I do that, at the top you're going to see edit with Elementor. So I'll click on edit with Elementor. Now the reason why we can actually edit this pages with Elementor is because this search bar here is a short code. Okay, it's a VikBooking short code. So basically, like, you've created a page, you created a container, you put a short code there, and you pasted a short code in. That's why we can edit it. So we can add this section at the top. Okay, let's wait for the Elementor page builder to load up, and we can start editing. So now that the page has loaded up, there is one thing which I forgot to tell you guys about. Okay, So for all these pages, the book now page, the our rooms page, the booking detail page, all the pages relating to booking, before you start editing them or editing them with Elementor, you can click on edit page. Okay, click on edit page and then just go to click on this. Okay, click on this Belsky icon and go to page title and then click on disabled. Okay, then click on save. Don't forget to do this for all those pages because we don't want this title. We don't have any title here. We don't want that. All right. So over here, let me just quickly create that section. I can click on this and then I can go to my about page here. Okay, I can go to my about page. I can scroll up. I can copy this section. I can go to my book now page and right click and then just paste it in. Okay, now that I have that done, I can go to advanced and then I will give it a bottom margin of 60. Okay, so there's some space between this. Now this says there's an image on top of it, so I'll drag in an image on top of it. Okay, and this will be the same steps for all these pages. Okay, that's how you change them. Unfortunately I can't do all because that will take too much time. All right, so I'll click on choose image and then the image I want to use is the logo transparent, this one here. So I'll select it and I'll change this text to, it says book now, so I'll copy it and I'll just paste it in. Then I'll click on this, and if I wanted to change the size, I can start decreasing the heights like this, and I can also decrease the width. So I can just try and increase them, like, you know, as one increases, the other one should also increase, so that like it's uniform. Okay, so it becomes something like this. Then you can select this container here, and then you can go over to go to layout and then find gaps between the elements and then give it a row gaps of 10. Then you click on publish. Okay, then once you publish, that page will refresh, and as you can see we have this beautiful design over here. Okay, so just do this for all the pages and then you are good to go. Now the next question is, how did I get my search box to look like this? And if I and also on my home page, yes, if I right click and open my home page in a new tab, how did I get the rooms to start looking like that? So let's actually hold on. So when I scroll down, how did I get my search bar, you know, the colors to be like this, the colors of the button, and how did I get this to appear with these colors, with this star, with this hover color? Because if you go to our home page right now, okay, if you go to our home page right now, you're not going to have like those things over there. Okay, and VikBooking, you can also edit it from there for some reason. So I used custom CSS to make them display like that. Okay, and then let's say I was to open another booking page, right? If I go back to the sites we are using and let's say I select a check-in date and a checkout date and I click on search, you are going to see that my book now page or my booking page is also looking like quite different. Because if we go to our sites here and let's say I do the same, let's say I have this book now page here, right? Let's say I was to try and book like with some specific dates and I click on search. Once I do that, I'm going to see that our design is not looking similar to what's there. So how did I change it? I use custom CSS. So how do you add in your custom CSS? First of all, you come to your customizer, go back, and I'm sure all of you know that CSS is like a programming language that you use for mainly the style and the design of websites, right? So scroll down till you find additional CSS and then go to the images which I provided for you guys earlier, that zip file which contains all the assets I used to build the site. And if you go to that file over there, let me just go there to hotel websites. Okay, so this is it. This all the things I used to build it. I'll leave that in the description and on my website so you guys can download it. I'll just open this custom CSS files document here. Okay, so open this document up, and then once it loads, just copy everything inside. Just copy it. Okay, copy everything and then come back and then paste it in the custom CSS section. And as you can see already, it has changed. Just click on publish. Okay, so here this says progress bar color. So here, these are comments I've added to help you navigate through everything. So the progress bar colors, what does it mean? If I go back, let me actually, okay, I've published, right? So over here, sorry, let me reopen that. So I'll refresh the page. I'll click on continue. And as you can see, these are the progress bars. So the colors of everything has changed. If I wanted to change them back, I'll go to my customizer and I'll change the background color So the color, this color is mainly affecting these round circles. It is making them this yellow color. If you wanted to change it, you will just change this here. The room list box shadow. If I go to our home page, the box shadow, let me actually refresh this page so that you actually see. As you can see now, it has a box shadow, right? So if you wanted to edit the box shadow, you would come here and then just change in the values. Okay, you would paste in your own color code to change the background color. Okay, now here this says the search form button color. So is this button here? If I go to my home page, this button here, okay, so that's what it stands for. If I was to change this color right now, it would change this color. Okay, and it also has the hover color. The hover color is this yellow color. That's the color code you see over here. So if you want to change it, you will just change this one. The room list button color. So if I go to my home page here, if you see this color here, right, this button color here, I also use custom CSS to change it. So this is the room list button color, and if you go here, this is the same button as well. Okay, so next, the room list button hover color. Okay, if I go to my home page and I hover, this hover color is what is being represented here, so you can change that if you like. The search form button CSS. So if you go to the search form, the background color, I think I did that twice, it was not necessary. Okay, so then the booking search form spacing. All right, so there's some spacing between everything on this form, this search form here, there's some spacing, so that's what I used here. Okay, so the padding, the less padding, especially because if I take this 200 pixels away from there, you see that everything will come to the left, and I want it to be in the center, so I use the 200 pixels. Then over here, you see this has a box shadow, right? So this is the box shadow settings. This is basically all the custom CSS that I used to make my site look good. So you can play around with them and edit them if you like. All right, so now that that's done, we have our book now page ready to go. So let me actually refresh so that we can see what it's looking like now. Okay, so now it's looking like this. So lastly, there are two more things we want to do. We want to build our footer, and then we want to do the mobile version. Right, we want to make our site look mobile responsive. So I'll actually close all of this here, it's not needed right now. And then to build your footer, let's go to your dashboard. Okay, go to your dashboard and then scroll down till you find elements kit, then click on header footer. Okay, click on header footer, and then it's going to ask you to like go through some few settings. So as you can see, this is just click on next step, everything, just try and like skip it. So click on next step again, scroll down, click on next step, and click on save changes. Okay, now once you do that, elements kit will be fully loaded. So just go to header and footer again, and then over here, let's actually clear all of this from here. Then click on add new. Then here you can name it. Maybe I want to name mine footer 1. Okay, footer 1. The type, I'll select the footer. Condition should be entire site. I'll activate it. Here I'll click on edit content. Let me close this up now. So it's going to take me to my Elementor page builder, so I can now start building my footer. Let me close this. All right, so now that we are here, we can start building our footer, and our footer is basically this block over here. Let me go back to the home page. I'm not at the starting, wasn't okay. So our footer is basically this block over here. All right, so to build it, click on this plus button, click on flexbox, and then choose a horizontal container. Okay, let's actually go a bit fast now. So I'll go to width, and I'll make the width 1200 as usual. Then I'll go to style, background type, classic, and I'll make the color the theme color palette one, this color here. Now I'll go to add elements, okay, and I'll drag in a container. Then I'll right click and duplicate so I get 4 containers side by side. So I click and duplicate again. Then sorry, this was a mistake. Let me close this out. I click and duplicate on this container again, and then I'll lastly right click and duplicate, and now I have 4 containers. Okay, so the first one contains our logo, so I'll click on add element, and I can drag in an image here. Here I can click on choose image, and I can use the logo transparent, this one, and then I can go to style, and then I can just like decrease the height of the, okay, the height is fine. What I have to do is decrease the width rather. Okay, so the width can be something like this. Yeah, something like this is fine. So left align it. Okay, and maybe if you want, okay, no, make this full. Now click on add element and then drag in a text editor below this. Okay, and I'll just copy all the content that's here. I'll copy it and I'll come here and I'll just paste it as plain text. Okay, now I'll go to style and then I can actually change the style a bit. I can make the color of this white and I can just make the size of this like 15. Yeah, 15. Okay, now the next thing I want to do is I want to create these three sections here. So how will I do that? I'll go to add element, then I'll drag in a heading inside one of them. And the first one says company. Okay, so I can select everything, copy it, and I'll just paste it in here, company. Then I'll go to style, and then I will just make the color white. And then let me look again. So I'll change the width to like 600 and the size to 35. Good. Now I'll click on add element and I can search for a divider and then I can drag in a divider below here. Let me look back at my size. Okay, I feel like our heading size is too much, so I can make this 30. Good. Now I'll select this divider. I'll make the width 10 or no 15. Too small, maybe 16 or 18. Then I'll go to style. Then I'll decrease the gap and I can make the width like 2 and then I can make this the color. So it's a bit too short. So I can increase it through here. Now I can click on add element and over here let's add this. So I can search for heading over here. Okay, I can search for heading and then drag this heading here. Okay, this e-kit heading, drag it in and then just type in home. Okay, type in home, and if you want the link you can type in home here. Okay, once you type in home, it's going to identify this link on your site. You can select it from a drop down, but if you also wanted to go the traditional way, you can also copy the link from the address bar and then you can come here and then you can just paste in the link. Okay, now go to separator and then just disable this and then go to style and then go to the title, then release the margins, then make the color white, make the hover color our yellow color, then go to typography and make the size like let's see 20. Okay, let's make it like 20 and change the letter spacing to like 5. Okay, 5 is too much, like 2. All right, now you can right click and duplicate till you get 4 of these. Okay, so you get 4. So I'll show you how to change one more and I'm sure you can do the other one yourself. So over here I can type in about. Okay, maybe at the about page, and if I wanted the link I will just open my about. Sorry, this is not my, this is the site we are copying from. Let me actually go to the site we are building, which is this site over here. Okay, so I want to go to my about page, right? So I'll go to my site here. I will click on about and I can just copy the about link and I can come to my footer and I can just paste in the link in. Simple as that. All right, now let's create the next section. I'll right click and copy. I'll click and paste it in, copy the divider and paste it in. This heading says book with us, so I'm sure you know how to change the heading by now, but I can do this one for you here. So I can select the heading and I can just paste in the book with us. And now this says book now, booking detail in our rooms. So it will be the same process. You can right click and copy this, right click and paste it in. Then you can change the title to book now. Okay, then if you wanted the book now link, you would click on this and then you can just go to your address bar and select the link and then just like paste it in here. Okay, or you can just right click on it and then click on copy link address and then you will do the same thing. Okay, so just right click and duplicate till you get 3 more, and I'm sure you can change the rest yourself. All right, so now we'll right click and copy this. Sorry, we'll right click and copy this and right click and paste it here. Then we'll right click and copy the divider and right click and paste it in here as well. Now this divider, it says, sorry, the text says contact info, so I will just paste it in over here. Let me select it and paste it in, and then I would go here and I'll type in icon box. Okay, so I can drag in an icon box below here. If I wanted to change, I'll change the view to stacked and make sure this on circle, and then this says locate us. So I'll copy the heading, and I'll just paste in the heading. Then I'll copy the description as well, this location, and I'll go back and paste in the location. And then the icon is, I know it's a map icon, so I'll search for map. I can insert this in. Now I'll go to style, and I can click on this to change the icon position to left. Then I'll go to icon. Then the primary color, I'll select the yellow color, and the white is, is default. So I can change the size to like 25, and the padding to like 10. Okay, this doesn't really match. I've seen the size to like 15. Let's increase it a bit as we decrease the padding, so we get something like this. Now this says, okay, so let's go to content, and then we can go to the color of the icon, and we can make it the color of the text and make it white. And then let's actually decrease the size, so it's like 25. 25 is even too big. Let's make it like 19, and then we'll change the weight to like 600. Then we want to change it for the typography, for the description as well. So the description, we'll change the color and then the size. So the size can be like 15, and then we'll go to the color. Then we'll make the color something like this. Okay, then we'll go to box. Then we will decrease the content spacing to like 0. Then we'll decrease the icon spacing as well. Then you will just right click and duplicate, and then right click and duplicate again. Sorry, that was a mistake. Right click and duplicate the icon box. Okay, so then you right click and duplicate again, so you get 3 like this. And if you wanted to change them, this icon is envelope and this icon is phone. Okay, now I'll select this main container section. I'll go to advanced, release the paddings. Now I'll give it a top padding of like 40, maybe a bottom of like 40 as well. Then we want the copyright section lastly. So I'll click on plus, click on flexbox, choose a vertical container. Then I'll go to style, and then this, normally the copyright section, the colors are pitch black, so I'll make the color like black like this. I'll click on add elements, and I can just drag in the heading, and I'll copy what this says. Okay, I'll copy this, and I'll come to my site and paste it in. I can center align it, and if you wanted the copyright icon, you can just search Google for copyright icon, copy it, and then just paste it in. Okay, so I can go to style, the color, I can make it white. I'll change the weight to like 500. Then I'll change the size to like, let's start from 15. Let's make it like 17. Then we'll click on publish. Now we have our footer. So let's do the mobile version for the footer. Then we're going to do the mobile version for the home page. All right. So I'll click on this. And now mobile version is mainly about center aligning and reducing sizes. So you can select this container. Let's go to the top. Let's start from the top. So you can select this container, and any property that you see this mobile portrait icon by, it means that the changes you make will only be visible on mobile and won't affect PC in any way. So yeah, cool. So justify content, you can align items, you can make it center, but it doesn't really change anything. So you know what, you can select the icon and center align it further, and you can select the description and center align it, and then you can just make it smaller, like 13. Okay, you can select this whole container here, just find the content to center and align the items to center. And you can select the divider, center align it as well. Okay, and you can do the same for this container. Select it and justify content and align items, and then just make the divider alignment center. Then lastly, you can do it for this container as well. So just center everything, and then just select the divider and then center align it, and then you are basically done with your footer. Okay, if you wanted to change the margins and paddings for the top and bottom, you can go and then you can change the paddings here. Okay, let's click on publish, and we are done building our footer. Let's do the mobile version for the home page. Okay, if I do one for you, I'm very sure you can do the rest yourself, because it's all about center aligning and reducing sizes. Okay, so I'll click on edit with Elementor, and then once the Elementor page builder loads up, you can do the mobile version for our homepage. All right, now so over here in your Elementor page builder, what you want to do is that you want to click on this button to bring it to the mobile portrait. And now this is what your site looks like on the mobile phone. So let's start making it look good, right? So first things first, select this text here. And okay, fine. First of all, select this container, okay, the main container. Then go to advanced and then release the paddings, okay. Now give it a top padding of 130 so that there is some spacing between the top and the text. Now select the text and go to style and then go to typography and then change the size to 40, okay. And then go to the advanced text and then do the same. Change the size to 40 as well. And then go and find the padding and release everything and then give a bottom padding of like 7, okay. Now that you have this, you can go to here and then change the line height of this to 0, okay. Sorry, no, you shouldn't, it's not this one you should change. Go back to the preface text rather and then change the line height to 0 so that you know the thing, it can come closer. All right, now you can select this text here, you can go to style, and if the size is not okay for you, you can decrease it to like 15. Like I said, any a property with this icon by it shows that when you change it, it doesn't affect the desktop, but it affects the mobile rather, right? So now what we can do for this blog, I think it looks pretty good, but if you still wanted to change it, let's see, you can play around with the paddings of it. So you can give it a left padding, maybe a little bit of a bottom padding like 10 or something, or 20, and then the top padding, I think the top padding is fine. And if you still wanted to lie on it, you can actually go to the main container, okay, and then you can just increase the minimum height of it. Okay, so maybe I can change mine to 745. Okay, still doesn't reach. Let me try 800. 800. Okay, so as you can see, it has come, but we want to actually make it a bit less. So let's make it 785, something like this. Okay, still 775. Okay, so something like this is good. So I think with VikBooking it's a little bit strict, so it does not really allow you to mess with this, a lot. But it basically looks okay and it still works as well. So now you can select this text, go to style, center align it, select this one, go to style, center align it as well. But what you want to do is you want to decrease the size to like 45 or something. Sorry, 40. Now you can select the description here, go to style, you can center align it, and then you can also decrease the size if you like. And then to edit this, select it, go to style, and alignment, you can select center. All right, select the second one, do the same thing. Alignment, you can select center, and over here go to style, and then for the position you can select center. Now select this container here, and then what you can do is that you can increase the height of this container. So let's try 400. Okay, 400. As you can see now, it has been increased. Now we want to edit this section over here, this absolute one. So to do that, go to advanced, okay, and then the horizontal offset is something we can change. The horizontal offset, let's start decreasing. Okay, so now decrease it to like maybe negative 11. All right, then put your cursor here, and you can actually like use this to drag, or what you can do is that you can select the container and then you can go to layout, okay, and then you can just use this width slider here to like change it around. So okay, no, change this to percentage and not pixels. Now you can use this slider to drag it around and it's going to become like smaller, or I guess shorter. Okay, then go to advanced, and then what you can do is that you can probably change the vertical orientation and then change the horizontal orientation as well. Okay, so play around with it to like get it to the exact position you want. Okay, let me try. Negative 80 is too much. Let's try like 50 and see. Okay, that's too much. Maybe 30. All right. Nope. 10. Okay. Now for the vertical offset, we have to decrease that to, let's try 245. I think that sends it up. Let's try 270. Okay, let's try 300. So 300 is too much. So you can make it maybe 290 or something, or 282. Okay, so that's something like over here. Now here you don't really have to change anything because the VikBooking people, they make sure that their plugins widgets look automatically good on mobile. So the only thing you want to change here is a divider. All right, so you can left align, okay, no, actually we'll work on that later. You can increase the width of the divider to here. So maybe I can make my divider like 25, or I can make the width that long. Then I can change the position to maybe this horizontal orientation. I can make it like let's say 15. Okay, then it will come over here. Now scroll down, and these icon boxes, they look really fine to me, but if you had to change them, you can select the icon box, then you can go to style, and then you can go to icon. Okay, and if you wanted to decrease the size, you can decrease it to here. So you can make it like 35 or something, and then the padding you can make it like 8. Okay, and then you can change the size of the content as well. So maybe I want to change the size of my of the hotel, so I can make mine like 22. Okay, and then I can go to typography and I can make the description like 14. Okay, so just you do use this to do the same for everything here, and then you are good to go. Now over here we want to edit this container, so I'll select this container from my navigator over here, and as you can see, here we are. So I'll go to advanced and I'll release the margins. Okay, yes, I'll release the margins. On mobile, I don't want these ones to be lying on the top here. I actually want this one to be separate. Okay, and it only affects mobile, so we are fine. So here I can give it a top margin of like maybe 30. Okay, now have everything like this. Now here, go to style, and then you can change the size to like maybe 30 or something. All right, change the size to like 30. You can select this container, and you can increase the width. So let's actually do that. Go to advanced. Okay, and then increase the custom width to like 200, which is even too small, like 500. Okay, now go to style, and then go to typography, and then maybe you can decrease the size to like 15. Okay, the button is fine, and select the container as well. I think our paddings are too much, so you can release the paddings here. Sorry, actually leave the paddings. It's not the paddings that's too much, it's the height. Okay, so you can actually change the height from here. So maybe I can make mine like 400. Okay, as you can see now, it looks good. So here, it's the same thing. You just center align everything, and I'm sure you guys know how to reduce the sizes by now. Okay, just center align, reduce the sizes and play around with it. All right, so over here I can also select the icon box and then center align it. I can select this one. I will center align it, and then you do the same for all of the icon boxes over here. Okay, then to start looking good. Here too is fine, but there's one thing we can do. I think it's this container. I'm not too sure. Okay, no, it's not that one. Scroll down until you find this container here. It's not that one as well. Okay, let's select it from here rather. Okay, so this container, you can go to gaps and you can release the gaps here. You can give it a row gaps of like 20. That'll be some space, or maybe even 30. That'll be some space between like all the counters. All right, now here, select it, go to style, and then all you have to do from here is just like decrease the size of it to like maybe 30 or 35 or something. Okay, 35. And then you can do the same for the secondary heading as well. So I can change the size to like 35. Okay, now I can select this description here, this text editor. I can change the width to like 400. Okay, and I can go to style, and I can change the size to like 15. All right, or maybe even 14. I'm not sure. Just make it like small. Okay, these two are okay. Okay, these two blocks are okay. And here you can change the size of this if you like. I feel like this block 2 looks fine. And then lastly, what's left is this one. So you can select this one here and center align the text. Okay, and maybe you can potentially reduce the size if it's like too big for you. So I can make mine like 35, and I can change my line height to like maybe 35 as well. Okay, maybe 35 as well. And it shouldn't be in EM, it should be in pixels. Okay, good. So now that that's done, I can just click on publish, and then I can click on this to preview my changes. All right, so at this juncture, I would like to congratulate all of you for watching up to this point. For the mobile version, I'm sure after you do this, you can learn and replicate it for all the pages. All right, so I'd like to congratulate you all once again. If you be able to endure and watch up to this point, now you have your fully functional and beautiful hotel booking website. All right, so I'd like to thank you guys so much for watching this video. Please, if it's helped you, don't forget to leave a like on it. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel as well. If you have any comments, questions, suggestions, improvements for me, just leave them in the comments and I'll be sure to get back to you guys. I love hearing from you guys. Now try my best to reply to all the messages you leave for me in the comment section below. So thank you for watching once again. Love you all, and I'll see you guys in the next tutorial very soon. Bye bye.